Welcome to SEC Network Football, presented by Allstate, as we come to you from Columbia, Missouri on a chilly Saturday afternoon. Missouri at 4-3, taking on Arkansas at 3-5. The Battle Line Trophy at stake. It has resided in Como for the last 4 years. The Hogs trying to take it away. But in a season that has been so tumultuous, these are two bright spots, perhaps. Arkansas snapped their 20-game SEC losing streak earlier this year. They've won 3 conference games. Meanwhile, Missouri makes a coaching change, but that coach back in town today. They have currently won some ball games here of late, 4 of their last 5 under their first-year head coach, Eli Drinkwitz. Could this be probably a loser-leave town for an SEC potential Coach of the Year award? We shall see. A lot going on today. I'm Dave Neal alongside former NFL and SEC championship quarterback DJ Shockley. Glad you could join us. But, folks, we start with some news. We are getting late reports that Felipe Franks will not be available to play today or start for this Arkansas team, suffering through an injury right now. But that means KJ Jefferson gets a start, just a second of his career. And, DJ, I got to ask you this question. How does this change the whole dynamic for Arkansas offensively?
Changes it tremendously because Felipe Franks has been the steadying force for this offense. He's came in and he's taken care of the football, but he's made this offense into a true threat. He can use his legs, he can use his arms. They've been throwing the football vertically down the field. Now you lose Felipe Franks, and that leadership that you've had all season long at that quarterback position, that is a huge loss for this Arkansas offense. So a lot is on the arm and legs of KJ Jefferson today.
Yeah, big boy at 6'3", 245 pounds. Gives him maybe a little bit more of a run dimension. We shall see. He's only thrown a couple of passes all year. Now, this is certainly one of those big story days. Barry Odom back in town. And for more on this whole situation at quarterback as well, let's go down the sidelines and visit with Dawn Davenport, because certainly, Dawn, this is one of those games where there's a lot going on, and it starts at the quarterback position. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it does. Talked to head coach Sam Pittman a few minutes ago. He told me it's a rib injury that's holding Felipe Franks out of this game. That being said, I talked to him on Thursday. He has not missed a practice. He was out here warming up earlier. No inclination that he would not go today, but that is the case from head coach Sam Pittman. Now, let's talk about Barry Odom. It's a little over a year since Barry Odom was fired here at Mizzou after 17 years of work as a player and a coach here in Columbia. Met his wife here, has 3 kids that were born here, still has personal relationships with many of his former players that we will see. He admitted it's going to be tough and a little emotional. Said it was definitely strange coming here as a visitor. I talked to him right before the game. Linebacker Grant Morgan told me Odom doesn't want it to be about his homecoming. There's no extra pressure, but guys, I'm going to tell you this. His players, talking to them, they absolutely want to win this one big for their DC.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week for Coach Odom. All week he's had to talk about it, but he's certainly he knows how to handle this situation. But deep down inside, this is one of those games that certainly means a lot to him. Arkansas wins the toss, they defer, so Missouri will get the football first. So we'll have to wait to see for sure if Felipe Franks will be out of this game. So here come the Tigers on this return. Tyler Beatty will get it out to around the 28-29 yard line. And we do know who's going to play the quarterback spot today for Missouri Tigers, and that is Connor Bazelak, the redshirt freshman. He's 5-1 as a starter. Started this game a year ago, but did not make it out of the game. Suffered an injury that took him all summer to rehab, a knee injury, a torn ACL. But boy, Shock, he has had some kind of season. He looks like a guy that they can rely on for years to come.
Yeah, he's playing like a guy who's played in this league for 3 or 4 years. He's poised, he's confident, throws the ball with conviction, and he has complete control of this offense so far.
They will play fake it on first down and throw. Pass is caught. That goes to Nico Hay, the tight end. He's out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. This will be an interesting game when you start thinking about this Arkansas defense, how much better they have gotten under Barry Odom. 2 linebackers that come to mind, Grant Morgan, Bumper Poole. They are tackle machines. 4-man rush. Bazelak hit as he throws. Pass is caught. Good enough for a first down as that goes to Towski Dove, who's coming off an 8-catch game last week against Vanderbilt. There is a flag down. Let's see if that was a late hit or on Bazelak. It looked like somebody was diving down toward his lower half around his knee as he let go of that pass. Couldn't tell if that was Isaiah Nichols, 93, or not.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 58. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Let's take a look and see what happened here. Connor standing in the pocket, and it looks like he's just falling to the ground. He's stumbling, trying to get to the quarterback, and unfortunately, you can see him falling to the ground and right on that left knee of Connor Bazelak. You hope he's okay.
Boy, remember, you know, what flashes through his mind, Connor Bazelak, is he got hurt, got his first career start against Arkansas last year, went 7 of 9 for 80 yards before that injury knocked him out. Brady Cook did get some snaps last week and looked pretty good as a true freshman out of St. Louis. So he'll come in for a moment. Cook last week, 4 out of 4, 62 yards and a touchdown against the Commodores. So that penalty takes it down to the 44. Low snap. And Missouri back it up. Gregory making the nice play defensively. Eric, the redshirt freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee. But another flag down.
Offside on the defense, number 13. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. We will replay first down.
Lucky enough for Brady Cook, you got a penalty on the play, and you got a little hard, a little slippery football. It's cold outside, like you mentioned. It's kind of chilly out, Dave. Sometimes it's hard to get a grip on it.
Yeah, Bazelak back in now. He'll hand it off to Larry Roundtree. Turns the corner on a 1st and 5. Larry Roundtree, 160 yards rushing last week and 3 touchdowns. He has just had a great senior campaign as he has put up 650 yards and scored 8 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, if we're going to be honest about how good Bazelak has been, it's been because he had the steadying force of Larry Roundtree in the backfield to give him advantageous downs, and he's ran the ball hard and physical all year.
Pressure comes. Bazelak dropped. Julius Coates, the first one there. That is a big loss.
You just wonder if, you know, something's wrong with Bazelak, because he actually goes against the wrong way. And then now you see at the bottom of your screen here, coming off that right edge, simply just uses his speed to get around the tight end and runs down Bazelak and actually gets the football out as well as Julius Coates. So nice job of him getting around that edge and forcing the football out of the hands of Bazelak.
Daniel Parker was that tight end, did not play last week. He's back on the field, 82 for Missouri. Drop it off underneath, and there is Daniel Parker, his 5th catch of the year.
It's tough when you get that sack. You get so far behind the chains. Now you're 3rd and forever. And now you just want to make sure you stay in field goal range, because right now you're in the area where if you pick up enough yards, maybe Coach Drinkwitz thinks about going for it, but right now you're in the possibility of kicking a field goal and getting points even after some tough start to this ball game, dropping the football and getting a late sack.
3rd down and 15. Ball at the 34-yard line. 4-man rush. Coming near side. That one is incomplete. So now it's 4th down and 15. Trying to hit Dove with it. And here comes the field goal unit on this opening drive for Eli Drinkwitz's offense.
Arkansas looked credit defensively on that particular series. They played a little bit more man than they're used to playing, a little bit more tight coverage, forcing the tight window throws from Missouri, and forcing this long field goal here, I think, is a win.
Harrison Mevis will kick it away. His long this year is 52 yards. This will be from 51. Out of the hole to Grant McKinnis. Good clean snap. Kick is on the way on a cold day in Columbia, but he splits the uprights. The true freshman from Warsaw, Indiana, the number 2 ranked place kicker coming out of high school, getting it done on the opening drive. Hits a laser right through the pipes, and it's 3-0 Missouri. Well, there is KJ Jefferson. We just saw just moments ago before we came back, Felipe Frank standing behind KJ without his helmet on, and KJ's talking to Kendall Briles, the offensive coordinator, as this kick sails through the end zone. So this looks like it will definitely be a KJ Jefferson show today, as he will lead this Arkansas offense And it has been Felipe Franks almost the entire season this year at quarterback. He's been on the field for 509 of 534 offensive snaps. That's 95%, but today it's KJ Jefferson. And Felipe Franks will grab the clipboard. The redshirt freshman. 1 out of 2 for 3 yards. He's rushed it 9 times for 24 yards. Will take the first snap. And his first pass is a reception to Mike Woods as he swings it out of the backfield. And that should, I guess, I mean, Shock, I mean, when you complete a pass like that, I know that can't be the easiest of throws. That's got to make you feel pretty good, right?
No, that's a confidence builder for sure. And give Kendall Browse a lot of credit for just giving him a nice, easy completion. Nothing to think about. Just swing it out there and get you a completion to start the game.
Trying to go down the far sideline, looking for Burks. That one's incomplete. So KJ Jefferson, his second career start. The first one came at LSU last year. A big boy at 6'3", 236 pounds. Out of Sardis, Mississippi, went to North Panola High School. So on 3rd down and 8. Pass is incomplete, and a 3 and out as Burks can't hold on to it, and Arkansas will have to punt it away on their opening possession.
Yeah, that's not a position they wanted to put the young quarterback in here. It's 3rd and long to start his first drive. You throw one down the field, and here you try to find an inside slant, and actually a catchable football, I thought, from Treylon Burks, but he still looks like if he catches the football, he's not got enough yardage for the first down.
Flag is down. Punt is away. And Musser will make the fair catch, but let's wait on this flag. It was right at the line of scrimmage. It was 4th and relatively long, so.
Offside on the receiving team, number 33. That penalty has been declined. First down.
So the old cat and mouse game, right? I mean, these coaches in this league are something else. I mean, Felipe Franks was taking all these snaps in pregame warmups, running with the first team, looked like he was moving around pretty well. So, you know, we got some information and we're starting to figure this out, but it just looked like Felipe was still out there running while KJ Jefferson was doing what he normally does.
All the way to the end, and we see it all the time. Coaches do a good job of just watching pregame.
Bazelak going up top, looking for the big play, and that one is incomplete. Back there defending Towski Dove was Greg Brooks.
And just got good coverage here. Look, he doesn't panic right then. Maybe puts that right hand on that shoulder, but Towski had a chance to come down with this football and just slips through his finger, but good coverage on the outside, not panicking at the point of attack and not getting the PI. Love the shot call there on first down, trying to see if they can get something deep.
Remember, Jalen Catalon, their outstanding safety, is out for the first half of this game after a targeting violation in their last outing. So he'll sit the first half, and he is, I mean, 86 tackles, 3 interceptions. That's a big loss in the first half. And you know Missouri wants to take a few shots to see if they can't take advantage of not having Catalon on the field.
And I love the formation call here. You spread them out, see what Arkansas is in, and give your quarterback a clear picture of where he wants to go with the football. Where's the matchup that he likes the most?
Bazelak underneath. Pass is caught there by Jay Macklin. Looks like he'll be a little bit shy of the line to gain, but another flag is down. A little bit sloppy in this regard here in the first couple of possessions.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside on the defense, number 5. Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face on the offense, number 51. Those penalties will offset. Replay, 3rd down.
Sam Pittman not real excited about the offsides call on his defensive front, Dorian Gerald. But look at the hands to the face. So we'll do it again.
No harm, no foul. Both teams had a penalty, so do it all over again, 3rd and 5. You got man coverage by the motion. Where you want to go with the football is the question. Look at the top.
Basilak's quick hitter is good enough for a first down as Towski Dove makes that reception. How about Towski Dove with 8 catches last week? All came in the first half, got a little banged up. He came back in the game, but no receptions in the second half. But 20 catches on the year, and 8 of them came last week in one half of football.
Yeah, he's been consistent. He was the guy for him last week, and you look on his first 3rd down this game, he goes out and finds him man-to-man on the outside and hits him for a slant for a first down.
First down and 10, handoff to Larry Roundtree. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Bumper pull. And Isaiah Nichols combined on that tackle. The first stop for old Bumper Pull, who brings in 82 total stops today. Grant Morgan with 104 for Arkansas.
Yeah, while watching this game, look forward to hearing Bumper Pool and Grant Morgan throughout this ball game. Grant Morgan leads the country in tackles right now.
On 2nd and 10, Basilak throws, pass caught, be a little bit shy of the first down. Let's get a studio update. Peter, what's going on? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting discussion as we get closer and closer, right? I mean, A&M sitting there, if they can hold on and play well. Here's a little handoff that will scoot for a first down. Deontay, the man they call Boot Smith, on the carry.
And then here's the interesting thing that this offense does for you. They stretch you not only vertically, but they stretch you horizontally. You see, you come with that jet motion, and if you don't bump out soon enough, they have leverage on the outside and get them to the corner and pick up the first down easily.
Ball sits at the 41-yard line. Handoff to Roundtree. Jumps over one defender. Roundtree, 2nd leading all-time rusher in Missouri history. 3,398 yards coming into this game, trailing only Brad Smith, who had 4,200 yards on the ground. Not bad for a quarterback.
No, not at all.
Inside handoff to Roundtree, trying to get that first down. Met there by Grant Morgan, as well as Isaiah Nichols again. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like they'll give him the first down. Eight plays, only picked up 38 yards to this point. Missouri not afraid to run it now. Remember, against Kentucky, they ran it 62 times against the Wildcats. But they will throw here on first down. Going up top, Basilak, far side, passes caught by Kiki Chisholm inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Missouri.
Kiki Chisholm coming to this ball game, averaging 12 yards a catch. Probably been the most consistent player on the outside. But look at the ball placement. The ball is high, it's outside, away from the defender, and he does a good job of adjusting to the football on a big-time play.
Basilak hit at the 5 and dropped right there by Joe Fouché. Junior out of New Orleans with a big play. Boy, this is when you would love to have a Jalen Catalan if you're an Arkansas fan.
Yeah, Fouché and Catalan are two guys who play around the line of scrimmage, and tons of tackles, tons of TFLs. These guys are one and the same as far as their ability to play in this league, and you've seen it there, come up big with a big tackle, forcing Missouri back a little bit here on this 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from the 5. Couple of tight ends in the game. Roundtree back at tailback. He'll take it right side. Stiff arm. Dives toward the 1. Bumper Pull hanging on. Able to finally wrestle into the turf, but it'll be 3rd and goal from about the 1-yard line now.
Yeah, I love the play by Bumper Pool, though. He had a guy coming around, pulling. He takes on the block, uses his outside shoulder to fight off the defender and then try to get in on the tackle. But like you mentioned, big 3rd down play here. You got a field goal last drive. Coach Drinkle just loved to put it in with a touchdown here.
12th play of this drive coming up on a 3rd down and goal. They'll spot it just inside the 2. Wildcat formation with Roundtree. Takes the snap, working right side, trying to get to the end zone, and does so. Larry Roundtree with yet another rushing touchdown, his 9th of the season and the 5th consecutive game with a rushing touchdown.
And Dave, guess who gets the block on the outside? Guess who gets the finishing block? His quarterback. Watch as he bounces all the way outside. And look at Basil like holding on to his block to the last moment and holds on and allows Roundtree to walk into the end zone untouched. Just love seeing your quarterback get in on some tough physical plays on the outside, Dave. That's what QBs do. We are probably the most physical guys on the field, Dave. I'm just saying.
Stop. Stop. So Missouri getting it done. Offensively, 2 possessions, 2 scores, a field goal, and a Larry Roundtree touchdown. The senior out of the Wildcat formation behind that black wall of offensive linemen scoots his way into the end zone. 10-0 Tigers.
SEC Network Football is presented by Allstate. You've never been in better hands. And in part by Zaxby's. Hand-breaded chicken and fresh ingredients made to order. Only at Zaxby's.
One thing I've learned about Larry Roundtree over the last few years, my man loves to play some football. His coach, Eli Drinkwitz, says he is one of the most unselfish players he's been around. His work ethic is off the charts. I mean, could you imagine having a better guy kind of represent you as you come in as your first year than this guy? I mean, it's got to be just a dream.
True leader, does it on and off the field. What else you ask for as one of your team leaders? And he's been that consistent throughout his whole time at Mizzou.
Let's go down to the sidelines, visit with Dawn.
Yeah, Dave, you know what I learned about him? He's such a humble kid. Told me he's always had a janitor's mindset. Listen to this, okay? He said you never really see or hear a janitor, but they're always working. So if you do notice them, they're head down, business, all work. You don't see or hear them. You always see the results. That's been his mentality from high school, a 2-star, 3-star kind of guy. Put in the work, stay quiet, you see the results. That is his career.
Only had 4 Division I offers: Boston College, App State, Miami, Ohio, and Missouri. Well, here's KJ Jefferson at quarterback. Again, he gets the start today as Felipe Franks is banged up, got hurt in that LSU game, had a week off last week. Obviously, these 2 teams were supposed to play last week, but Arkansas had some issues with COVID, so the league rearranged the schedule. Arkansas had the week off. Missouri took on Vanderbilt, but still not enough time for Franks to get healthy enough to start this one. Well, inside handoff. That'll go to Traylon Smith, the redshirt junior out of Houston, Texas. And that's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, Dave, the last
first down, right?
The last 2 plays, yeah, absolutely. Great first down. They needed that after the first couple drives. But the last 2 plays, and on that play, Nick Bolton is a guy who I know you like to talk about, and I love to watch him as well, has been in on the last 3 plays. And we talked about those linebackers for Arkansas. But Missouri has a next-level Sunday player as well.
Nick Bolton comes in with 76 tackles on the years. Another flag is down.
Ball start on the offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
But Nick Bolton, the junior out of Frisco, Texas, a throwback guy. 7 tackles for loss. Matter of fact, speaking of solo tackles, he had 9 tackles last week. Every one of them was by himself.
Just, you saw the first play, he just ran KJ Jefferson down to the sideline. But tenacious appetite for the football, great instincts, has a high football IQ, and is just a guy you're going to see all around the football today.
Second down and 11. A lot of movement for Arkansas. Matter of fact, probably too much movement. Couldn't get settled, and another flag is down. See if that's delayed.
Arkansas. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
So they get the timeout instead of the delay of game. We'll take it as well. 10-0 Tigers. Nick Bolton, 76 tackles coming into this game. He has 28 more than the next closest Tiger. This guy is from sideline to sideline, and you can try to account for him, but teams have not been able to slow him down. And DJ, obviously there's a lot of things that go into making a linebacker, but this guy's skill set is off the charts.
Yeah, he's a, like I mentioned earlier, a Sunday player, and Offensive coordinator Kendall Brown said he's probably the best linebacker we've seen on tape all year long. And the way he runs things down, the way he diagnoses, he is just a really solid player.
Arkansas trying to set up the screen. Here's Smith. Martez Manuel plays it well. So now 3rd down coming up again for Arkansas.
Yeah, the last couple downs, they've had a 3rd and 8. Now you have a 3rd and a 10 or 11. Just, you're not giving yourself chances to be successful on these 3rd downs.
Uh-oh. The man we were just speaking of, Nick Bolton, still on the turf for Missouri.
Injury timeout on the field.
Takes a glance at that Arkansas sideline as he tries to shake this injury off.
Well, good to see him walk off with a little pace there.
Let's see if we can identify exactly what happened to old 32 here.
Not really much there. I mean, yeah, looking like he's going after that left ankle there. Maybe just kind of tweak that left ankle a little bit as he was kind of get blocked against him.
KJ Jefferson on a rollout. Flag is down right at the 1st down line as he was trying to hit Burks.
I don't mind a call, though. You're trying to get KJ Jefferson on the perimeter, on the edge, trying to give him a chance to get outside where he can see things a little bit better on a long yardage situation. I know that Mizzou's going to bring some pressure, so I like the call to get him outside. And we got to see what this flag is about.
Holding on the defense, number 1. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. That carries an automatic 1st down.
So Nick Bolton will get retaped back on the football field. Says his biggest fear is regressing. Says you got to respect the game that has given him so much, as he has played himself into a 1st-round selection. Here's Jefferson near side. Got a couple of blockers. Hammonds stood up right as he crossed midfield. They'll spot his forward progress at the 48. So a nice gain on 1st down as Bledsoe makes the tackle for Missouri. And here goes the Kendall Briles hurry-up offense. Out of that pistol formation. Little razzle-dazzle, going to throw it here. Burks turns the corner and maybe got a half a yard.
You see so much going on at the line of scrimmage with guys going in reverse, underneath toss. I mean, there's so many things that could fool the eye of the defense. They did a good job of staying back there, but a nice job of just taking what you got, not trying to force the issue there when you have a trick play call.
Here's Jefferson. Makes a man miss using that 240-pound frame, and he'll be about a yard shy. You see, he needed to get to the 45. They're going to spot it at the 46. So decision time for Sam Pittman as the offense stays on the field. Gets the big push, 1st down. Arkansas drive stays alive. Needed 1. Looks like Jefferson got about 5 out of that.
Yeah, they hurried up. I mean, Missouri wasn't even lined up and ready to go, and they caught him a little on the heels there. So I love the aggressive call there from Sam Pittman to pick up the 1st down. As his offense needed, and this whole entire team needs a little kick right now.
Jefferson will throw. Pass is caught. What a grab by Burks on that far sideline. That'll be another Arkansas 1st down.
Yeah, catch Burks running his wheel route down the sideline. You see KJ Jefferson now getting into a little groove, a little confidence in the throw there.
Jefferson 3 out of 3 on this drive. They'll hand it off, working the right side. Looks like Burks getting some work at running back as well. Now, and the reason being is that there's not a whole lot of depth at running back. Rakeem Boyd, who was their senior tailback, a Doak Walker Maxwell Award watch list candidate coming into this season, just 82 carries, 300 yards. He opted out this week, so that leaves them with really one true tailback in Traylon Smith. Now, Dominic Johnson, the true freshman, is available today. Pressure comes. Jefferson misses it. Looking for the first down and a whole lot more. Great run by Jefferson to get himself out of trouble. Devin Nicholson finally making the tackle.
Yeah, here's what you love about Jefferson is he feels the pressure off his backside. See the pressure coming off his left side. He feels it. And then watch this spin out of there. Love the what we call a whirly bird from the quarterback position. And now this is the athleticism you like when he's on the edge. He just turns into a big running back and picks up another big first down for Arkansas.
First and goal from the Missouri 9-yard line. Dalton Wagner, the injured Arkansas offensive lineman. Dalton 6'9", 320 pounds.
Yeah, see if you... Be a tough loss for Arkansas. He's played a lot of football for Arkansas and his offensive line. Definitely one of the key stalemates up front. They can only hope that he's able to get back in this ball game.
His dad was an offensive lineman. His brother Bryce, an offensive lineman. Something tells me that they went through some food at Thanksgiving. Just guessing.
Couple different turkeys, couple different pies. I mean, a little bit of everything there. 6'9", 311 pounds. Yeah, they're putting it away in that household.
Let's hope they can get him taped up and he get back out there. Meanwhile, this is a nice drive for this Arkansas offense. 11 plays, 66 yards. You see the balance, 4 completions, 5 rushes, and they're looking at a first and goal. Trailing by 10, late first quarter football. Dave Neal, DJ Shockley, Don Davenport down on the field. Jefferson to throw. That one is incomplete, but a flag comes in. Trying to get it to Mike Woods.
Yeah, just before that play even started, you just felt as though they wanted one-on-one down at the bottom, had the 3 receivers into the boundary. And you're going to see Jarvis Ware on the outside as he comes on this slant, just grabs it and pulls him just enough.
On the defense, number 8. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
So Jarvis Ware, the junior out of Apopka, Florida, had a pick 6 against the Florida Gators. It went 60 yards. That violation will set up Arkansas at the 2-yard line. First and goal. Couple of tight ends. Smith, the tailback. They'll bring Burks into the backfield. Dump it off underneath. Touchdown, Arkansas. Blake Kern with the touchdown.
Kendall Browse in this Arkansas offense gives you so much pre-snap. There's so many things you're looking at. You saw Burks come across in motion. He's going to go back across the left side to take the eyes away. And then you see Kern right there on your left side. Just going to slip in the flat here. But look at Mike Woods there. He does just enough to get in the way of Nick Bolden, who had Kern in man coverage, and he slips into the end zone. Love the play call. Love the play design. And Arkansas comes back and picks up a huge score, as it looks like Missouri was trying to walk away with this ball game early.
KJ Jefferson did a great job, not just throwing the football, but getting out of some trouble and running with it, setting them up for their first touchdown of the game. A.J. Reed to attempt the point after, and he misses it. No good. Well, we'll see how much that will affect Arkansas as this game unfolds. But the Hogs missed the extra point, and Missouri's lead is 4.
Just pulled it. Just pulled it. That's just, when you have games like this, you need every single point, and Like you mentioned, Dave, we see this come back to haunt Arkansas late in the ball game, but just doinks it off the left upright.
Hogs will take the touchdown, though, and they trail by 4 with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Hey, coming up, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, South Carolina and Kentucky. It's our SEC Saturday night matchup. South Carolina won last year to snap a 5-game losing streak against the Wildcats. Interesting note, these two teams, they're the only ones in the conference that will be playing their 10th game this weekend. Every other team in the conference has had at least one game postponed to December 12th or the 19th. South Carolina and Kentucky tonight at 7:30. And it's been a crazy year trying to schedule all these games, but we're getting close, folks. I know Georgia and Vanderbilt not going today.
Dave, are you part of the scheduling committee or no?
No, I decided to remove myself from that this year. So Arkansas goes today without their starting quarterback, Felipe Franks, who has taken 95% of the snaps. The only person in the SEC that's taken more of a percentage of snaps at quarterback is Bo Nix of Auburn. So they go with KJ Jefferson and leads him to a touchdown. Connor Bazelak had to leave the game early in the first drive. Looked like he got knocked pretty good right around the knees by an Arkansas defender on a pass play. Left for a play, came back, and seems to be doing just fine as he rolls out here. He drops it off underneath to Tyler Beatty.
Greg Brooks coming up from that secondary spot and limiting the yards after catch. Nice job taking the feet away there, not allowing Beatty to get more out into the perimeter.
Only a yard, so second down and 9. Jalen Knox on a little tap pass. He has the first down. He's at the 40-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds.
Daniel Parker, the tight end for Missouri, I thought he blocked 3 or 4 guys to help spring him on that particular play. On another play where they try to get him to the edge, get him to the perimeter, and it's a positive game for him. It's been really good the first 2 times they ran it. Arkansas's got to find a way to set that edge, because right now they're not setting the edge, and Mizzou's getting to the perimeter.
Bazelak, quick drop, throws a good one right to Kiki Chisholm. And he'll get it close to midfield, and that'll be another gain of 11 and a first down.
This is why Bazelak's been so good. He's been accurate. That football was low in the way. He's completing 70% of his passes this season. That ball was only going to be caught by Chisholm. And a nice job of staying in bounds and picking up another first down.
Handed off to Roundtree. Big hole off the right side. He has 9.5 yards. Let's see if they give him 10 in the first down. Looks like they will. Bumper pull, hang it on, along with Joe Fouché. But that will be a gain of 10 and another first down.
Yeah, it looks like they just have Arkansas on their heels right now. Everything is to their advantage right now in the run game, pass game. And Coach Drinkwitz has a really good plan here going in the first quarter, as looks like Arkansas has a player down.
Looks like Miles Slusher is the injured player for Arkansas. It'll probably be the end of the first quarter. Miles, the true freshman out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. 4-star. Boy, he had some offers from all over the SEC, Alabama, LSU. Among those schools, Ole Miss in there as well. Decided to come and play for Sam Pittman. So that will be it for the first quarter of football. Missouri puts up 10 in the first quarter. Arkansas with a late touchdown. They're having to do it with a backup quarterback, KJ Jefferson. Been entertaining to this point. Stay with us.
Buckeyes up 14-0 early.
Thanks, Peter. Here's Larry Roundtree with another first down carry. That'll pick up 13 and move the chains again. But I guess if you have Justin Fields at quarterback, you can miss 17 guys, right?
Yeah, he can make up for a lot of people. You see Barry Odom, they're coming back to a familiar place that he's been as a head coach, assistant coach, a player. So that's be a little surreal to be here on the other side of it in different colors going against Missouri today.
Yeah, Tigers have put up over 134 yards on his Arkansas defense, trying to find some answers to slow them down. This has been another good drive for Missouri. That handoff goes to Roundtree again. You know, we talked about the run game against Kentucky where they carried it, rushed it 62 times. Roundtree went for 37 of those 62 carries.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. Right now, he's averaging almost 6 yards a carry every time he touches the football. And it's fun to watch because they do so many things up front where they try to force you to go horizontally, but then they'll hit you right up the middle with Roundtree. This is an offense that stresses a defense so much.
Will play fake and then throw, and it is dropped by Towski Dove. That was almost too easy.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you what the run game does for you. They fake the inside zone, and you have a huge void where a linebacker should be, where that slant was supposed to be, and Towski just drops an easy first down.
So 3rd and 7 now from the 24-yard line. Straight drop. Bazelak dumps it off underneath. Barrett Bannister with the catch of the first down.
And here's what you like. Oh, he loves to climb in the pocket here, and then watch the work. Inside, does a good job of pivoting back out and then picking up that first down. Just a really good route by Barrett Bannister.
17 catches this year for Bannister. Here's Roundtree left side on first down. Maybe a half a yard before he is swarmed by the white jerseys and the white helmets. First time Arkansas has busted out the white helmets this year.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of questionable here on the sideline here. Roundtree gets to the sideline and gets out of bounds, but you see a little extra as he gets out of bounds, and they want to make sure they got him all the way to the ground. Could have been close to a lay hit out of bounds, but Arkansas has come to play, and that's the first time you really see all the white helmets flying and swarming to the ball.
2nd down and 9. Bazelak going to the end zone off the fingertips of Hazelton. Monteric Brown back in coverage for the Hogs.
I can't say how good of a play this is right here. He's playing outside leverage here, and watch him read it and then just go right over the top and knock this football away with his left hand. Doesn't use that right hand to grab Hazelton. Knocks that football away with that left hand. Nice job on the outside by that guy.
His 4th PBU of the year for Monteric Brown, the redshirt junior. So now it's 3rd down and 9. A short throw to the outside. Michael Wilson will get it down to the 12-yard line. But it'll be 4th down.
Give Greg Brooks a lot of credit. He had 4 offensive linemen out in front of him. He finds a way to split those defenders and make that play. That looked like he was going to have the makings of a walk-in touchdown, but Greg Brooks, with the extra effort, fights through defenders and gets in there to make that tackle.
So Mevis back on the field. This will be from 29 yards. And he will hammer it through the uprights. So a 51-yarder and then a 29-yarder. Tigers will take the points. 13-6. SEC Network football presented by Allstate, and Missouri leads at 13-6. Tigers 4-3 on the year. Arkansas 3-5. How about that, Nick Bolton? Thinking about some other colors after this year. Some NFL jerseys might be in his future. Boy, Arkansas is playing catch-up at the time of possession game, playing catch-up on the scoreboard as well. Missouri's run 29 plays, almost 13 minutes off the clock. Short kick. Perotti hit and dropped right there. A big-time special teams play by Jamie Petway, the redshirt freshman out of Albany, Georgia.
Just to get your team going here, Jamie Petway just flies in here untouched and lays the boom. A little extra excitement over there for Missouri now.
Not supposed to chest bump the camera guy, though.
Everybody can get it, Dave. Everybody can get it.
Here's T.J. Hammonds, his first carry. The former running back moved to wide receiver, but this week moved back to running back because of the numbers game in that position. Picks up a huge gain and a first down for Arkansas.
Runs it, now lines up a receiver. He started at running back like you mentioned, and now he's a receiver. Seeing they can catch him going fast, and they got him down the sideline.
And Jefferson just overthrew him. He was there.
Oh.
Second down and 10. Let's go down to Dawn.
Dave, I feel like KJ Jefferson has settled in a bit. There wasn't a whole lot of conversation early in the first quarter. Almost felt like people were leaving him alone on purpose, but there was a shift after that touchdown. He was on the bike. He was dancing a little bit. He's talked to everybody. Certainly a shift in KJ Jefferson. Maybe he's settled in.
Well, he's carried the football for 33 yards on 6 carries, 4 out of 7 throwing it. Going up top, down the middle, has a man caught. That'll be a touchdown. Traylon Burks.
68-yard touchdown pass.
68 big yards for the Hogs.
Number 16, Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks, 15.3 yards of reception this year. This is a deep threat offense, and they love to throw it vertically. And he just runs right by the defender here. And KJ missed the first one to T.J. Hammonds. He was not about to miss this one to Traylon Burks. Nice job of laying that in there and a big-time throw and catch.
A.J. Reed missed his last extra point, but splits the uprights on this one. And Arkansas has tied this up. Traylon Burks, the sophomore, leads the team in receptions and yards, despite missing the Auburn game with another home run. 68 yards. KJ Jefferson started 0 for 3, but since then he's 5 of 6 and 89 yards and a big 68-yard touchdown just a moment ago. And this is what happened.
Yeah, you got Burks down here in the slot, but give KJ Jefferson a lot of credit here. Watch this safety in the middle of the field. On the snap of the football, KJ Jefferson looks to the right to throw the go right to the top, and it takes Manuel out of the play. And now you get one-on-one down the middle of the seam with Jefferson right down the middle here, and then now you get Traylon Burks running right by him, and Jefferson just lays it perfectly. So nice job with his eyes, nice job of finding the one-on-one and manipulating the defense to get what you want. That is a guy's comfort level really high right there for my man Jefferson.
Shock, I got to ask you this. I got to ask you this. So when you're able to freeze a safety like that, right, get him moving the wrong direction with your eyes,
great.
are you just, I mean, do you feel like you just won the championship, right? I mean,
no doubt about it. It feels great because if you can control a guy with your eyes, your shoulders, and get him to go where you want him to go, knowing you have something else that you want to hit, it is a beautiful feeling, and I know Jefferson felt that way on that throw.
He's like, I got him now. Pitch back, 68-yard touchdown. Let's see what Connor Bazelak and this Missouri offense can do to answer the Arkansas touchdown. Bazelak off to another good start, 11 of 15 for 99 yards. Little flea flicker, Bazelak. Wide open over the 40-yard line. Goes Kiki Chisholm.
Yeah, you get the flea flicker here. You get a deep receiver going down the middle, takes away 2 guys, and then you got Chisholm coming across on a crossing route. Nobody there for him because everybody's so concerned with staying back. Nice, easy pitch and catch, and love the play call coming back from Eli Drinkowitz.
29 yards on that pickup. Some miscommunication in the backfield. I think Bazelak was trying to hit Roundtree with the handoff, and well, Larry wasn't there.
Second and 8. At the 44.
Sometimes you just have to kind of improvise when things don't go right for you. And they've had a couple instances here where one guy has been off on the wrong side. You see him look to the other side, no back. So I don't know. I'm going to give the veteran benefit of the doubt that he was right.
Bazelak going up top, trying for another big play, but a flag comes down, trying to hit Kiki Chisholm. Might have been offsides up front.
Offside on the defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
Yeah, it looked like Torian Carter was getting a little bit of a head start. So now second down and 3. This time Roundtree is there for the handoff and the first down to the 30-yard line. Really good block up front by Larry Borum. And talking to Coach Drinkwitz this week, getting Larry Borum back in this lineup is such a huge addition. Also, Xavier Delgado, those two guys returned last week. And they were struggling the offensive line without those two, but they're back now and they're healthy.
Yeah, Connor was excited too. Got a chance to talk to him. He said having those two guys in front of me just gives me a little bit more confidence in the pocket. It also helps open up those lanes for our backs.
Bazelak all day to throw. Stands in there. Coming near side. Overthrows Kiki Chisholm.
Bazelak pass intended for number 6, Kiki Chisholm. Incomplete. Second and 10.
These are the deep shots you got to have. You mentioned he had all day to sit in the pocket, make a sandwich, and then find a guy who he wanted to throw the football to. Watch how much time he has to survey the field. You got 2 deep over routes and a crossing route coming from the short side of the field. And I know he's trying to lead him away from that corner, but that is a play I know he wants back because they had exactly what they wanted.
Second down and 10. They'll go with Roundtree, and he is fortunate to get a yard, maybe 2 out of that one. Grant Morgan, the first one to get a helmet on him. 5 tackles for Grant. 104 on the year.
Roundtree's tough to bring down, man. They got 2 missed tackles in the ball game right now. And there was another instance where Morgan had him probably for maybe a 1-yard gain, and he fights through that tackle to pick up a couple extra yards.
Grant Morgan leads the SEC, is second in the FBS, averaging 13 tackles a game. Third down and 8. Drive stays alive. Good effort by Barrett Bannister to pick up the first down.
And Dave, this is going to be one of the things they put on a highlight tape when receivers coach Butch Hamden catches it. Bannister catches this football on a shallow cross, probably about 4 or 5 yards short of the line of scrimmage. Watch him put his foot in the ground, get north and south, and pick up that yardage. Didn't try to shake, didn't try to make any extra moves, got north and south, and picked up that first down.
Loves to go to Barrett Bannister on third down, and he did there. Keeps this drive alive. Bazelak, little old school option pitch. Inside the 10-yard line goes Jalen Knox.
How about this being part of it? This is Bazelak, who played the triple option, little wishbone in high school. So this is not something that's weird to him. And he does a good job of taking it all the way to the perimeter and then dishing it when he needed to. He said, I can do a little bit of everything in this offense. And Coach Drinkwitz is allowing him to be so versatile with what they do offensively.
Straight handoff to Roundtree, trying to get the corner, and he does. Touchdown. 34 does it again. Untouched into the end zone. His second rushing touchdown of the day.
Talk about Roundtree being a tough, physical, downhill runner, but then there's sometimes where he just shows that extra speed to get to the corner. This is something that they're going to love on the next level. Is it's not there where intentionally it's supposed to go, and watch him cut, see the vision outside, and just outrun the defender to the edge and gets into the end zone. Roundtree is impressive.
That is 5 rushing touchdowns in the last game and a half for Larry Roundtree. Point after is up and good by Mevis. So a 20-13 score now. Larry Roundtree, 73 yards on the ground and a couple of touchdowns. We'll get an Auburn, Texas A&M update when we come back. Wow, Texas A&M sitting there in that 5th spot. 6-1 on the year, trying to stay in the conversation. Well, Larry Roundtree's been in our conversation today, having another outstanding game. 14 carries, 73 yards, averaging over 5 yards per carry and a couple of touchdowns. What makes him go, Chuck?
Just the physicality he runs with. First guy usually never takes him down. He has a big lower body that allows him to be very strong at the point of attack when guys are trying to tackle him. Then he has the speed to beat you to the corner. So he is a complete back, can catch out the backfield as well. They don't need him for that. He has everything you want as an every down back.
Closing in on 3,500 career rushing yards. Not a bad career. Here's KJ Jefferson. His pitch will get about a yard as he gets it to Traylon Smith. KJ Jefferson gets the start today. Felipe Franks a little banged up from the LSU game a couple of weeks ago. What's your take so far on KJ?
I thought he started a little slow, but you could tell he's starting to find some confidence in the pass game, and they're going to need that if they're going to come out with a big win, as he does here.
Yeah, Burks with a catch at a first down to the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains. And there is no doubt that Jefferson definitely has a little bit more hop in his step than the first couple of drives.
Yeah, when you see the ball come out the way it does, with confidence and throwing it with conviction, that tells you he understands what he's seeing and he's letting it go.
Here's Burks dancing his way. Boy, he got 7 yards out of what could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Yeah, and we've seen them try to get the football in his hands, and Kendall Brown said we have to get him at least 10 touches in every ball game because of how versatile he can be.
Here's Smith, cuts it back and takes it to the 45-yard line of Missouri. Sam Pittman has done a marvelous job in his first year. Eli Drinkwitz, same thing over at Missouri. These two guys, you know, you start looking around the league, and obviously Jimbo Fisher, Dan Mullen, two guys having great years, but what these guys have done can't be overlooked.
I mean, just the way they come into a ball game, 31 here, as we've seen KJ in his big 236-pound frame pick up another first down. But the confidence that he has kind of infused into this program is very evident. Every single game we watch, they're competitive, they're in it, and they got a chance to win it, and they believe it. We had a chance to talk to Grant Morgan, and he said every time we step on the field, we feel like we could win a ball game. And he says, hey, all I do is tell them the truth. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't, but honesty is the biggest thing.
They're a 3-point underdog today. They'll be underdogs in every game they play this year. Matter of fact, Arkansas could easily be sitting here at 4-4 right now, and I think anybody that watched the Auburn game can respect that. Jefferson throws back to the sideline. Pass is caught by T.J. Hammonds. He's trying to scrap to that first down line, but going to be about a yard shy.
And here's the thing that's been good for them the last couple drives. They've been good on early down situations. So they're forcing, you see another 2nd and 1 here. It looks like Kobe Whiteside is down. He's been in and out of the lineup a little bit with some injuries. But Arkansas is doing a good job on these early downs so that they're not forcing their young quarterback into some third longs like they were the first 2 series.
Well, Thursday we'll have our latest episode of True South with John T. Edge traveling around Brownsville, Tennessee, the home of 2 visionary restaurants, Helen's Barbecue and City Fish Market. You'll also explore 2 amazing art projects. True South, presented by Yellowwood, Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, right here on this very network. And you can always see it on the ESPN app. So Whiteside, one of those guys that's been a little banged up this year. Got hurt versus Tennessee, returned last week. Another one of those guys. The conversation becomes now, right, with these seniors and you know, eligible juniors to leave. Do they come back? You know,
yeah.
To get the free year. Whiteside, one of those guys.
Interesting conversation all these coaches are starting to have with, like you mentioned, some of these juniors and seniors, especially for Arkansas. Coach Pittman has said, hey, I'm putting the full court press on some of these seniors about coming back because of what we have, what we've already created. It's going to be fun to see if he can get some of these guys to come back.
Let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, guys, one of those guys, Grant Morgan, wasn't recruited heavily out of high school. This started about 2.5 weeks ago. Grant told me Coach Pittman tells him that look how good this could be if you come back. Pittman not shy about it at all. About 2.5 weeks ago is when he brought it up. He said, Grant Morgan told us that he's going to consider it. He's treating this like a junior year. He's applied to med school. He wants to be an orthopedic surgeon, so he'll see if he gets accepted there. Listen to info, see what his NFL draft grade is, and go from there.
Well, KJ Jefferson, his pass is incomplete. Didn't seem like Felipe Franks wanted to come back.
Yeah, Felipe's in a different boat. I mean, if he can pull that off and get Felipe to come back for another year, that makes this team, you know, tremendously better. We see Felipe there, who now he's dressed out, but not going to play today. But he will be a good get for this Arkansas offense and team to get that kind of leadership back.
Coming off a career-high 339 passing yards versus LSU, but injured in that game and not able to go today, so he's turned it over to KJ Jefferson, making his second career start. And Jefferson stands tall in that pocket, throws, passes caught. Let's see where they spot the progress. About 3 yards shy of the line to gain, which is at the 14-yard line. So third down and a long 2 coming up here for Arkansas. Little handoff and an option on the back end of that play as they get it to Smith.
The creativity we've seen out of both these offenses has been something to watch here. You hand it to Burks, talked about his versatility. Now you come out, you run the option, and you got him and Traylon Smith on the corner. If you're a defender or you're a defensive coach, it's hard to prepare for everything that they can throw at you.
Fake the toss, hand it off inside to Smith. His 5'9", 185-pound frame takes it between the tackles. Good block up there by Myron Cunningham.
And you see, they've been setting this up for a long time. In the first quarter, they ran that exact play and tossed it to him when he got to the corner. Now you fake the toss and hand it back to him and pick up 4 yards.
Here's that tempo. Smith breaks a tackle, touchdown, Arkansas.
8-yard touchdown run by number 22.
On a 2nd down and 6, Smith takes it 8 yards into the end zone.
You got a defense kind of on their heels, kind of backing off, and just watch the movement up front here. The defensive end has to keep his eyes on the quarterback for the QB run, and just that small little instance where he kind of flattened his feet a little bit, it allowed Traylon Smith to sneak in there for that touchdown.
A.J. Reed's point after is up and good. And we are tied again. Old-fashioned shootout going on here at Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri. Arkansas behind K.J. Jefferson. And the touchdown by Traylon Smith tied it up.
Peter Burns, Chris Doering coming up on the Farm Ridge Halftime Report. We'll show you highlights from A&M and Auburn. An unbelievable Bo Nix play. Nick Saban back on the sidelines against LSU in Baton Rouge tonight. But what are you seeing in Como right now?
An unexpected offensive explosion, man, between Roundtree's running and K.J. Jefferson throwing the football. Both offenses looking good.
It's weird you sitting all the way over there.
I don't like the eye contact.
Right, we'll see you at half.
You guys, keep your distance back in that studio. 20-20. Both teams up over 200 yards of offense here in the first half. And a lot of emotion in this, what has turned out to be a pretty good little rivalry game. But Missouri has dominated the rivalry of late. They won 4 straight, playing for the Battle Line Trophy, a huge trophy. But you see the total yards, 229 for the Hogs, 219 for Missouri. Bazelak, another great day, 13 of 18 for 137. Roundtree at 73 yards rushing. 3:39 to go before halftime. Roundtree. Pick up 4.
And here's the biggest thing to ask if you're Arkansas defense and Barry Odom, can you find a way to stop this Missouri offense? Because they've been running it, they've thrown it. Basically had time in the pocket to survey the field at times. Arkansas hasn't put a lot of pressure on him. Can they find a way to slow him down here on this drive and keep him out of the end zone?
Roundtree breaks a tackle out over the 30, so give him a couple of yards. So it'll be 3rd down at about 4 coming up. Bumper Poole led the charge there. Bumper with 4 tackles, Grant Morgan with 5. Remember, Arkansas trying to hang on without Jalen Catalon, their outstanding redshirt freshman safety, who's out because of a targeting violation in their last game. He will return to start the 3rd quarter. This is an Arkansas defense that has 13 interceptions, 3 of those from Catalon. That's tied for 2nd most in the FBS.
You got man coverage all across the board. You got Chisholm at the top of the screen.
They'll split Beatty out of the backfield. Empty set now. 4-man rush. Pass is incomplete. That could have been picked off. Hudson Clark was there. Just missed it.
Yeah, they try to run Beatty on the option route. They try to run Beatty on the option route here to get him free, but then you also got Chisholm on the outside running this little inside slant route, and they just run into each other. And maybe a bad read from Bazelak because he has Beatty out in the flats wide open, and he catches that football for an easy 1st down, but he tries to stick it in there for the slant.
So Grant McInnes, who hasn't punted a whole bunch last couple of games, matter of fact, never punted last week against Vanderbilt. The grad transfer from Kentucky puts his right foot into it. Nathan Perotti back to return this, and he's hit immediately. Another good special teams tackle by Missouri. Jamal Brooks making that play.
Academy Sports and Outdoors is making it even easier on you with in-store pickup. It's all new and basically means you go to academy.com, order whatever you need, and come get it in store. Get in, get out, get back to having fun with your family.
So here in Columbia, Missouri, Arkansas with the football. Tied at 20. So Smith with the carry. Devin Nicholson brings him down. Nicholson now with 4 tackles. Under 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Just trying to pound it between the tackles, and they'll pick up that 1st down with Smith.
Yeah, Arkansas's got plenty of time, got 2 timeouts and less than 2 minutes to go, so they can stay in their same style of offense with a little up-tempo, but plenty of time to go.
Jefferson, quick hitter over the middle. Big hit, ball is loose. John David White got lit up by Nick Bolton and lost the football.
Yeah, that ball was a little high. John David White was exposed, and it looked like Nick Bolton came in on the hit. Let's see if there was any kind of excessive hit there that would take Bolton out of the ball game here.
Personal foul, targeting on the defense, number 32. That play is under review.
Well, my first impression is that that was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. That's my first look at it.
I think the next part you got to think about is where it was. It looked like it was a little. Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. It looks like he got the shoulder. Initially, I thought he got kind of under the chin and hit that head and neck area. But he absolutely leads with the shoulder.
You know, the decision comes, I guess, was it at the shoulder or was it above the shoulder? And I'm telling you, I mean, that's 3 times we've seen it, and I just think that that's a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. It's not above.
And it wasn't a launch at all either.
Neck area.
Yeah, he didn't launch. He just turned the shoulder into him. Just a tough, hard physical hit.
You know, I hope John David White is okay. I mean, that is a big man that just laid into him there, and certainly a high throw. And Hope it's nothing too bad with John David, but that looked like a clean hit.
You got one of the top tacklers in the country and the league at 230 pounds, and John David White is 170 pounds with his arms up in the air and exposed.
After review, the ruling is confirmed. Number 32 has been disqualified.
I got to tell you, I'll be honest with you. I would love to get an explanation on that one. I just,
yeah, I don't agree with that call either. I saw shoulder to shoulder. Would love to hear the explanation on that one. And you lose Nick Bolton, a guy who walked today. He's a junior, but he walked for his ball club, maybe his last possible game here.
well, he can stay. You know, years past, he would have to leave the sidelines, but this year the new rule is he can stay on the sidelines and continue to watch the game. But that could be a game-changing type of play. Your best defensive player, one of the best defensive players in America, taken out of this game. Here is Smith trying to turn the corner, and he dances and scoots his way close to the first down as chairs and bodies go flying on that Arkansas sideline.
Mizzou was looking for a hold on the outside. Didn't get it.
KJ Jefferson trying to lead a charge here with 1:26 to go. Smith. Nicholson with his 7th tackle today.
Look for some sort of play action here. They ran the football a couple times on the inside. See if they try to play action and take a shot.
They'll get it to Burks, who tried to get it back to Jefferson, but it's incomplete.
Oh, if he can get this football out, Jefferson may walk into the end zone. Nobody was out there for him. And we've seen this play happen so many times. Throw it back to the quarterback. But brings up a 3rd and 5 here. Jefferson's been pretty good on 3rd down so far. They're 2 of 4 in this ball game.
High throw. It'll be 4th down coming up. Well, Missouri, a little bit more intensity after the ejection for targeting on Nick Bolton. I mean, Arkansas knows exactly what Missouri's feeling with Catalan targeting last week, which could be debated, right? I mean,
yeah. So similar play last week. I thought last week that Catalan shouldn't have been thrown out the ball game. I thought he practically turned his whole shoulder.
But here comes the 42-yard field goal on a 4th and 5. They'll fake it. Plenty of room to run. Lindsey down inside the 10 to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Arkansas.
Sam Pittman, you sneaky man. You look at it. He comes here with this fake field goal here, and he got a lead blocker in there. What an outstanding call. I don't think Missouri were even ready for a nice call there. And now the momentum swings back to Arkansas.
Jack Lindsey, the 5th-year senior from right there at Fayetteville, Arkansas, got a great hole to run through, and Sam Pittman pulling out all the stops here in Como today. Timeout taken on the field for an injured player. Looks like Jarvis Ware being helped off the field.
Play clock, it'll go on the ready.
Also Isaiah McGuire.
It's gonna be going, and you've got a 40-second play clock if you want it.
Okay. Hey, you gotta get lined up.
And Dave, we talked about the creativity from Kendall Briles in this game. How about Sam Pittman with some really nice calls here towards the end of this half? And he said he wanted this rivalry to be renewed. He wanted this to be one they look at every single year and circle and say, we need to win this ball game. And what a call there right here before halftime to give his team a chance to go up big.
KJ Jefferson will hand it off to Smith, tries to power his way through the middle of that line, and they're going to mark him just shy. Inches away from pay dirt. KJ Jefferson on a quarterback sneak, waiting for the arms to go up. Touchdown, Arkansas.
What an impressive drive. 2-minute drive. Obviously, the big field goal was a big part of it. But this Arkansas offense has kind of found its groove here with KJ Jefferson here in this second quarter.
.284 yards of offense here in the first half for Arkansas behind KJ Jefferson. KJ Jefferson had only thrown it twice all year. He had rushed it 9 times. This is his second career start. And at 6'3", 200 and close to 40 pounds.
And good to see 78. We saw Dalton Wagner go out a little bit early. You see him right there getting an extra push there to help his QB get in the end zone. But you see number of white jerseys are in the end zone there to complete that touchdown play.
And just 20 seconds on the clock. Eight of 13 for 118, a couple of touchdowns. He's rushed it 8 times for 36 yards and a touchdown. They even tried to throw it to him on that pass drive. And Arkansas has taken a touchdown lead here with 20 seconds to go, trying to snap their 4-game skid to this Missouri Tiger team.
Well, the momentum swings of a ball game. You can see it here happening right in front of us, and Arkansas is feeling good as they head into halftime. They got to stop on defense and then come down and get a score on offense.
Well, don't forget, Arkansas fans, special treat for you because the Georgia Vanderbilt football game was postponed. Coming up at 5 Eastern, you get to see your Arkansas men's hoops team. They'll take on Lipscomb at Bud Walton Arena. That'll be coming up after our game. The SEC Now team will have a complete breakdown of all the games today and get you set for the hoops game, which again starts at 5 o'clock Eastern. Arkansas looking to stay unbeaten. Took down UT Arlington a couple nights ago on Wednesday night. Got off to a great start, but didn't shoot it well in the last 10 minutes or so, but still held on for the victory. Dump it off underneath.
Wasn't there a guy named Dave Neal on that call?
I was there. It's just my week of Arkansas sports.
That is their first charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Connor Bazelak, 13 of 19, 137 yards. A couple of redshirt freshman quarterbacks going at it today. With Bazelak and Jefferson, there's their comparison. Bazelak took a big sack early in this game. Cost him some of those minus 14 yards.
Two guys
not a whole lot of information. Look,
few years.
Look, we talked to the Arkansas staff this week and got no inclination whatsoever that Felipe Franks wasn't going to be their quarterback until moments before the game today.
Yeah, Don and
Felipe Franks even took all the reps warming up. That pass is caught by Towski Dove close to midfield. 10 seconds. We'll stop it for a moment.
timeout, Missouri. That is their second charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So clearly you got a chance to get one over the middle here. You got a timeout left.
Yeah, you pretty much got everything you want at your disposal offensively if you want to throw this football because of what you just mentioned, having that timeout. But I think you need to pick up a chunk play, though, to give yourself an opportunity to have a shot at this field goal. But if I'm Bazelak, I'm leaving everything open to throw it down.
So Mevis, who has a career long of 52, hit that against LSU. The true freshman. Trying to get one more shot here before halftime. He hit from 51 for the first points of the game. Pressure comes on Bazelak. He is hit as he lets that one go. Boy, the pocket collapsed in a hurry. Julius Coach was the first one there.
Oh, his jump was unbelievable.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The passer was hit when the ball was thrown. Second down.
Yeah, Coach got an unbelievable jump off that top side. And there was nothing really the left tackle could do because he was around the edge before he was even out of his stance.
Six seconds to go. Boy, the play clock down to 4. They're going to take a delay of game.
Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains second down. There is no 10-second runoff. The clock was not running.
Second and 15 at the 43.
Arkansas also, they will get the football to start the second half. Bazelak. That one is incomplete, and the clock's hit 0, trying to hit Kiki Chisholm. So that'll do it for the first half. Arkansas trailed in this one, but rallied behind a guy we didn't think would start today until moments before kickoff in KJ Jefferson. And the Hogs lead at 27-20 as we head to halftime. How about the most points for Arkansas in the first half since 2018? It's a shootout in Como.
Love it.
Let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, Coach Pittman, you told us that Felipe Frank's dealing with an injury. We saw him warm up. When did you know he couldn't go today?
We knew this morning. We knew this morning. We let him come out and throw a few balls, but let's talk about KJ Jefferson. He's doing a hell of a job.
Let's talk about him. How would you assess what he brought your offense that half?
He's done a great job. He's doing a little bit with his feet. He's controlling the offense. He's running it well. We had to use a timeout. Other than that, he's done a really good job. Our offense is rolling right now. We got to keep it up.
That fake field goal eventually leads to a touchdown. Take me through the decision to do that.
Well, we knew it was there. And, sometimes you call them and they don't work. But we'd had enough extra points where we had seen and we thought it was going to be there. So we decided to 4 yards. We figured we could get it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Good half for Arkansas. They lead it by a touchdown without their starter, Felipe Franks. 27-20. Let's get you to the studio. Peter, take it away. SEC Network football presented by Allstate. We are moments away from third quarter action where Arkansas leads 27-20. Dave Neal, DJ Shockley, Dawn Davenport with you. Just an entertaining first half, to say the least. I mean, Missouri got out to a 10-0 lead, and then Arkansas found their offense behind their backup quarterback, KJ Jefferson, and obviously a real surprise to us. And even Arkansas didn't know. We heard Sam Pittman say it wasn't until this morning that they knew that they weren't going to have the services of Felipe Franks. But obviously the takeaway here is Arkansas's offense with KJ Jefferson. What'd you make of it?
Yeah, credit to Kendall Browse and KJ Jefferson for staying the course. It doesn't look like this offense has changed much without Felipe Franks. They still have the QB runs, but they're still throwing the football vertically and making plays. They've been creative, but KJ Jefferson has been efficient with the football and taking care of it. For one, this offense looks the same as it was when Felipe was in.
I mean, these two offenses are combined for 530-plus yards here in the first half. Arkansas will get the football first, leading it by a touchdown. And that... Time to take a look at our smoothest play, brought to you by Velveeta. And for that, how about the 68-yard touchdown from KJ Jefferson as he hits Traylon Burks.
Put that on everybody. That whole unit looked good. KJ Jefferson looking to safety out. Burks running by the defender. And then you get a big-time touchdown. I think that was the part where KJ Jefferson kind of felt like he belonged in this game and has been stellar since.
So the Hogs will start from the 25, far hash mark. They'll hand it off to Smith. Big hole. He'll pick up 7 right out of the gate. Keel Byers bringing him down. Again, no Nick Bolton here in the second half. Ejected with just a couple of minutes to go in the second quarter, so he'll sit this one out. Their All-American linebacker is going to be watching this one as KJ Jefferson is wrapped up by McGuire. Let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, Dave, Eli Drinkowitz told me that Chad Bailey will step in for Nick Bolton. This is a guy that had just 4 tackles on the season coming into this game. Coach Drink told me he feels good about his ability to step in there, but let's be honest, nobody is Nick Bolton. His message to his team, settle in, relax, play the second half of football.
They are fired up, both these teams. A lot of emotion. Of course, Arkansas bringing their defensive coordinator, Barry Odom, back into the place he spent 17 years. Missouri, of course, emotional with their star defensive player ejected for this game. And right now, the first battle won by Missouri as they forced the punt.
Yeah, you think coming out of the half, you get some points and try to add to that lead, but you go 3 and out, and Missouri gets the football back.
Bauer to punt it away. And that'll be down inside the 20-yard line. So that is where Missouri's offense will take over. And this is what happened in the first half. I mean, look, we can argue these every week. You know, there's a hit somewhere where we just don't see it and they see it, or we see it and the replay guys do see it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure that one out. But Nick Bolton, that was the play that got him ejected for this second half.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it multiple ways. You can look at it, have your opinion on it, but I thought he led with that shoulder.
Let's see now if the linebacking core, the duo for Arkansas, Bumper Pool and Grant Morgan, can step up. Hand it off Roundtree, big hole. Larry first down and a whole lot more. Breaks another tackle and out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds at the last minute by Julius Coates.
And this is part of what they like. Look at that offensive line. Get around and set that edge and turn guys back inside. And then you see Roundtree at almost 210, 15 pounds, making guys miss in space, running around people, showing the speed. I've said it multiple times. He is a Sunday back, and he's showing it today.
34, picks up 34 yards. Bazelak to throw. Drops it off underneath to Michael Wilson. He's to the 40-yard line. Give him 6.5, maybe 7. Roundtree now up over 3,500 career rushing yards.
Pretty special group to get over 3,500 yards in this league and do it consistently. And we are just getting started here in the third quarter. And he's looking forward to an even bigger day.
24th player in SEC history over 3,500 yards. Bazelak going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to hit Michael Wilson. Or Kiki Chisholm, excuse me. Monteric Brown back there in coverage. No flag. Oh, there is a flag. My apologies.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So Monteric Brown
thought both guys were fighting as they were going down the field. See if we can get a better look at it here. You see it right down at the bottom. I'm not sure where the pass interference happened. It wasn't in what we saw there. It had to be before the latter part of that play, but Tig Brown gets called for the for the pass interference.
So first down and 10. Trying the right side. Roundtree picks up a yard before he's hit by Coates. Another flag comes out.
Illegal formation on the offense, more than 4 in the backfield. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, last thing they want to do is get a penalty there on first down after the penalty to set yourself back. Now you're first and 15. Staying on schedule is something that Drinkwitz always talks about with this offense. We got to make sure we stay ahead of these chains, and the procedural penalties will get you every single time.
Also the play caller for the Tigers is Eli Drinkwitz out of the pistol formation. Roundtree hit, drop there. Grant Morgan. It was almost like he knew what was coming.
These guys know each other pretty well. And we'll watch them play off of. You see him in the middle of your field. Watch him diagnose this right away. Hit that gap before the guard can even get around there to kick him out. And he's there waiting for just the recognition that he has from that linebacker spot is pretty special.
Had 19 total tackles against LSU, 19 total tackles against Ole Miss. Now Tyler Beatty in the backfield. Bazelak lofts it up. Almost intercepted on that sideline. Joe Fouché makes the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, Connor kind of left this thing hanging a little bit. You see Fouché coming over. Does he get a foot down? Oh, just out of bounds there, but what an athletic play that almost come down with that interception.
You see number 1, Jalen Catalon back on the field after having to watch the first half. You know that was killing him. The redshirt freshman has just had a sensational year. 86 tackles, 3 picks, had a pick 6 against Ole Miss. Only player in the FBS with 85+ tackles and 3 interceptions. Dump it off underneath. Hazelton breaks a tackle and gets it down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, design play there. Catch him on the shallow crossing. You see receivers downfield blocking. And Hazelton trying to use that big 6'3", 215 frame to get as much as he can to help this field goal attempt.
4th down and 7. A 27-yard make it a 37-yard attempt on the way. Good clean snap. And Mevis hammers that one home. So Missouri cuts the lead to 4. 10:23 to go, third quarter.
The journey is on. The AT&T countdown to the College Football Playoff National Championship, Monday, January 11th on ESPN.
Well, we are closing in on the CFP playoff. 27-23 our score here. Arkansas out in front of Missouri. I mean, it's kind of strange to be playing football this time of the month in December, right? Usually we're taking some time off, talking about who's going to be in it. Certainly things have changed dramatically. But, of course, the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl will be the first stops in the semifinal games. You see the selection show coming up on December 20th, the Rose Bowl, and then the All-State Sugar Bowl on January 1st, and the national championship game presented by AT&T will be January 11th. The Rose Bowl, such a great setting for one of those semifinal games.
Cool environment. That's why, you know, Granddaddy of them all, you love them. Can't wait to see who gets in.
Smith, big hole off the right side, first down as he picks up a dozen yards. Gillespie brings him down, but not before they move the chains. Boy, this offensive line for Arkansas has provided some really big holes today for Traylon Smith.
Yeah, he's ran good, and his Missouri defense against the run this year is 5th in the SEC. So to see some of these holes has been interesting to watch.
Yeah, Smith, 88 yards on 14 carries. Over 6 per pop.
Second and 10 at the 38.
Jefferson looks like he's trying to set up that screen, and it is well read by the Tigers up front. Keel Byers, Markel Utsey in there. Third down and 10.
Another long yardage situation for Arkansas. They've been in this the last couple of times, especially to start this second half. Can they find a way to convert? Yeah, got a little movement.
False start on the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
After the penalty,
Third down and 15. The Tiger bench trying to make some noise. Only 11,700 inside Memorial Stadium. They're making some noise. 3-man rush. KJ Jefferson steps up, pass is caught. Burks first down and a whole lot more down to the 25-yard line.
Just love the full progression, full read. There, KJ Jefferson standing in the pocket. You got 2 in routes, one lower, one a little bit higher, and you convert on 3rd and 15.
After the 42-yard pickup, they'll hand it off to Smith.
I mean, watch the precision, watch the accuracy, just to standing here, knowing, trying to let them both develop, and look at the small window he had to stick that football in for Burks.
Hand off to Smith inside the 20. So it looks like third down and about 3 coming up. Chad Bailey making the tackle. Chad, of course, the young man that's stepping in for Nick Bolton. Third and 2.5. Inside handoff, Smith has the first down. Boy, and Isaiah McGuire, 99, just hit the deck.
How about the confident call? 3rd and 5, you can run the football. That's where they want to be, where you can throw it or you can run it. And the way they ran the football today, it's been fun to watch.
We'll step aside. Back in a moment. Arkansas over Missouri here in the 3rd quarter. Don't forget, college football playoff semifinals, New Year's Day, the Rose Bowl, 5 o'clock Eastern, the Sugar Bowl, the All-State Sugar Bowl will come your way at 8:45 Eastern. Shock, I got to imagine this might be your greatest Rose Bowl moment right here.
I mean,
I'm just guessing.
Even if you're not a Georgia fan, that game was unbelievable. 2 overtimes. Georgia ends up winning 54-48. Baker Mayfield, Michelle. I mean, that game was crazy. How about you, Dave? I mean, obviously, Sugar Bowl, Florida State. Come on.
1988 season, the 89 Sugar Bowl. That was Deion's last game at Florida State, and picked off an interception right before we exited the primetime window. How fitting was that? How fitting is this? Smith, touchdown. A huge hole off the left side. And he takes it into the end zone from 15 yards away, his 2nd touchdown of the day.
They go with the split zone run and watch it cut off the backside by your tight end and then watch him wind it all the way back, using his vision to get it to the hole. What a nice run and a nice job on that offensive line. There was nobody who could have made that tackle. They just swallowed everybody up.
A.J. Reed, point after. That's blocked. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Robinson, number 6, that got that. Darius is 6'6", 295, and I think that was his paw that got up there and knocked that thing down.
Yeah, that's a huge play because it leaves it a 10-point ball game. Let's see if we can get a chance to see who got their paw on it. Oh, yeah, 39. Yeah,
Chris Turner got that.
Chris Turner, 6'4", 270. Watch him just elevate and go get that thing. Look, it came out maybe a little low. But one way or another, it's a big play for Missouri, keeping this ball game to 10 points.
Yeah, Robinson and Turner, both big guys up there, 6'4", 6'6", in the middle of that line, and that's why they're there. That's 2 missed extra points in this game. How about the day from Smith, though, carrying the football up over 100 yards, 114, 2 touchdowns, averaging 6.3 yards a carry. Roundtree, 110 yards on the ground. He has a couple of touchdowns.
How about Traylon Smith? I mean, we came into this ball game, Arkansas not having their #1 quarterback in Felipe Franks, not having their #1 back in Rakeem Boyd, and still scoring points.
Ball bounces around before Beatty scoops it up. Beatty out to the 17 as he hurdles a man. Flags all over the field. Our referee today, Lee Hedrick, has been a busy man.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, number 35, half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
I'm feeling like I need an update. Peter, you got anything for me? I know. Just want to give Shock a little love. He hadn't said his name in a while. I know.
It's all good, Pete. That's my man right there, Peter Bonds.
Texas A&M sitting there at 6-1, 5th in the rankings. Trying to hang on and stay in the conversation. Missouri trying to hang on here and stay in this conversation. They're down 10, backed up. Bazelak from the end zone gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Roundtree out of the backfield.
Yeah, nice job in coverage right there. Bumper pool, I think he had Roundtree out of the backfield on a wheel route and just had him locked down on the outside, and Bazelak did a good job of just throwing the football away.
Oh.
Bazelak wanted the free play.
Offside on the defense, number 5, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. It remains second down.
You're right. The crowd's booing because they thought that they had a free play, but the unabated Dorian Gerald will force the officials to stop that one before it got started. Bannister goes in motion on a 2nd down and 5. Bazelak throws back across the middle. The pass is caught. That is Bannister, and they'll spot it at the 18, and that'll be good enough for the first down.
So the patience there. Bazelak, nothing really there. Arkansas did a good job on the back end of really plastering to the receivers on the outside, and you see him just try to escape and give his receivers a little time to uncover, and he finds Bannister to complete that play.
Basilak over the middle, batted in the air and almost picked off. Trying to hit Kiki Chisholm. Monteric Brown, 21, was hanging on him.
I think Basilak had the right read. He should just waited 1/2 second for him to clear Grant Morgan, who was sitting right in the middle of the field, and forced the ball to be a little bit behind the intended receiver.
Beatty in the game at running back. And that one's incomplete. I wasn't sure Beatty was ready for that football coming out of the backfield, but there's Monteric Brown again in on coverage.
And Arkansas kind of changed up the
shock for this Arkansas defense now that Catalan is back on there. From just an emotional standpoint, is that a huge, significant piece to this pie here in the second half?
Oh, absolutely, because it gives Barry Odom a guy who you can do so many things with. And when you complement that with the other players they have on the back end, like a Brooks or Fouché, it gives you so much versatility on that back end, and he's been that emotional leader for you.
On 3rd down and 10, they will go that direction. Pass is caught, but shy of the 1st down. They go to Bannister. Greg Brooks makes the tackle. So now it's 4th down and let's call it 4.
Barry Odom a lot of credit. First couple downs, they played a lot of zone coverage and nowhere really for him to go to football. They changed it up on 3rd and long and play some man coverage and doing a good job of stopping before he gets to the 1st down marker. So a really good series there for Arkansas defensively.
Ended up being about 2.5 yards shy of the line to gain. So here's the punt team. Grant McInnes. Barodi, fair catch. 6:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Arkansas leads this one by 10. Kendall Briles, the offensive coordinator for the Arkansas Razorbacks, has done a nice job with this group, and he's really relied on his offensive line as we take a closer look at that Hog offensive line with our protection spotlight brought to you by Allstate.
Yeah, just moving people and roll grade, just been open up huge holes for this. All the back that's been back there, and KJ's had time to throw, and they created lanes for Traylon Smith to run throughout this ball game.
And now they have the football, 1st down and 10. Another handoff and a big hole off the left side for Smith. More yardage. He's across midfield near the 40-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Nicholson. Another huge gain.
And here's the thing that makes it so special. You fake this toss and look at all the guys going right. Now you got angles on all these different defenders to come all the way back around, and it creates this huge void to run through. And when you have the speed of a guy like Traylon Smith, it makes it hard to cover.
He'll throw it here. Jefferson one hops it to his intended target, Trey Knox. By the way, Smith now 135 yards.
Well, we can see why Coach Pittman was extremely excited to see him play. He said, hey, he didn't have Rakeem Boyd, but he said, we have another guy in Traylon Smith who we are extremely excited to have play.
They'll fake it to Smith. Jefferson takes it himself and tries to split a couple of Missouri defenders. That doesn't go well. Nicholson, the first one there to hit him. Nicholson now with 12 tackles for the Missouri Tigers.
Yeah, they just love his range. They love his length at 6'3", 230 coming around that edge. But now another critical 3rd down. The ball will be in the hands of Jefferson. Can he find Burks or somebody to be reliable here?
Stands tall in that pocket, and that one is knocked away right at the line to gain at the last minute by Martez Manuel.
Huge 3rd down stop there as Arkansas was in a position to pick this up, but just watch how Manuel closes on this football right here as it looks like he's going to turn and have that 1st down, and watch him fight through it and knock that football out. Just a nice defensive play from Manuel.
They will punt it away here. Kind of in that area where you maybe think about it, right? But instead, Sam Pittman kicks it away. Fair catch called for at the 15-yard line. Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, we'll have Thinking Out Loud, presented by Regions with Alyssa Lang, Spencer Hall, Richard Johnson, Brandon Boykin. They'll break down the weekend on the gridiron and talk about the hottest topics for the coming week. It's all right here on the SEC Network and, of course, the ESPN app. Thinking Out Loud, Monday at 7.
Be interesting to see what stuff goes in the shredder on Thinking Out Loud.
If you're Missouri's offense, right, you got to get a little bit of success. And how do we do it? Maybe some of these passes underneath that'll pick up 5-6 yards out of the gate. There's Jalen Knox on that reception.
Yeah, that's when their offense has been good, when they have been good on first and second down and giving their quarterback nice, quick, intermediate throws. And then also getting back to the run game with Larry Roundtree, who was already up above 100 yards already.
Yeah, Roundtree with 110 on the ground. They'll fake it. Bazelak going up top. Had Towski Dove incomplete, just overthrew him by about a half a step.
Yeah, it would have had to be a perfect throw because Hudson Clark was in prime position there in the hip pocket. And he had to lay it to him just right. Don't mind the shot there on second and medium. But you see Hudson Clark is right there. He had to throw that ball almost perfectly to fit it in the Dove.
Third down and 4. 4 receivers bunched up to the wide side of the field. Now Bannister across the formation on an empty set. Bazelak. Nice play by the quarterback to buy some time and find Towski Dove. Fouché makes the tackle, but a first down.
Yeah, Dave, no doubt about it. He wanted this right off the bat here. You see him pump it. He wants this little button hook route, and as he starts to climb in the pocket, that's when the defender comes up, and then he's able to drop it off. It's a nice job of being patient for Bazelak.
First down and 10. 4 catches now for Dove. Handoff right side. Roundtree has another first down carry. But a flag on the play.
Holding on the offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So Luke Griffin. A little too much of that Arkansas jersey. So the spot foul will make it first down and let's call it 13 for Missouri.
Well, check with me, little cat and mouse game. It looks like Arkansas is in man coverage. The best man beater combination.
Roundtree to the 27 and stopped there, brought down by Hayden Henry.
Tackle by number 27, Hayden Henry.
That was a positive game, but Hayden Henry did a good job of getting off a block. They were able to get up to that second level and get a lineman on him, but he sheds that blocker and makes the tackle in space on a guy like Roundtree. That's a pretty impressive play.
Couple of walk-on linebackers, former walk-ons for Arkansas on the field right now, and Morgan and Henry. Bazelak going up top. That one's incomplete. Fouché back there in coverage. And a flag comes in late at the end of that play. Kiki Chisholm was the intended receiver, and he is not getting up.
Almost made a spectacular catch with one hand, trying to come down with that. I know he had some safety help coming over.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense number 7. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards from the previous spot, and it carries an automatic first down. That is number 7's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Well, what'd you think of this, DJ?
Let's see what happens here at the end. I think he gets up and has a little celebration, a little. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, we see guys celebrate and all that kind of stuff all the time after a hit or a play.
Right. I mean, they get up
to get an extra
celebrate a first down these days, right?
Right. I'm not really a fan of that particular penalty.
First down and 10. Missouri will take it, keep this drive going. They'll stay with it on the ground as Roundtree runs right into Grant Morgan. 8 tackles now for Grant. Four games with 15+ tackles this year, including back-to-back games against Florida and LSU. First guy at Arkansas to do that since Tony Bua back in 2003.
Well, where's Ole Miss? He had 19 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a pick 6. So active is an understatement for him.
Bazelak coming near side. Good catch there by Roundtree. Stays on his feet, has the first down. Peter Burns, how about an update for me this time instead of DJ? Could this be mine? Thank you. Just want to be recognized, that's all. First down and 10, 2:15 to go, third quarter. Roundtree gets it to close to the 40-yard line. Grant Morgan is down. The SEC's leading tackler, second in college football, 13 tackles a game, slow to get up.
Man, unfortunate to see him go down. Yesterday we talked about with Bolton, but Morgan is one of those guys you love to watch too because of the way he plays. You see him right here in the middle of your screen. Let's see what happens here. Oh, his left leg gets caught up under there a little bit.
Has not missed a game in the last 3 years for the former walk-on. How about that? He's playing in his 4th defensive system at Arkansas, and this is the one that certainly has put the spotlight on him.
Man, he was so fun to talk to. Oh, yeah. Man, just a really, really good guy. Has paved the way, and, you know, bided his time. You talk about being a walk-on kid, earned a scholarship, true leader of this, especially for this defense at least.
Yeah, you can tell it's important for him to wear the Arkansas on the front of that jersey. It means something to him, means something to his family. Of course, his brother Drew, wide receiver for the Hogs. Second down and 6. Roundtree on that carry gets a yard. There were some big holes for Larry Roundtree in the first half, not so much here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's been because of the activity up front. Those linebackers, and that's what I said, tough to see Morgan go out because they were starting to play a little bit closer to that line of scrimmage, not allowing Roundtree to get going. But Roundtree and Morgan know each other pretty well, as both guys are on the leadership council for the SEC together, so they absolutely know each other.
Some pressure coming on 3rd and 6. Missouri picks it up, pass is caught, Dove, first down, Tigers.
One-on-one on the outside. You get Dove on a comeback route. Bazelak does a good job of just laying it to him, and a nice, easy completion here. You get the soft coverage on the outside, and Dove runs a really good route to get himself open.
Handoff goes to Roundtree. Bumper pull. There to meet him. Picks up a couple of yards.
Bumper pull, missing his running mate. We talked to Grant Morgan this week. He said, hey, there are times in practice where they get after each other. And he said just last week, Bumper Poole was getting on to Grant Morgan about missing a fit, and Poole got on to him the next play. So he's missing his counter made inside.
Bazelak dumps it off to Beatty. Beatty's so good out of the backfield and catching the football. Had 7 receptions for over 100 yards last weekend against Vanderbilt. Nice combination. Roundtree went 160 on the ground out of your 2 running backs. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, and then when your running back is your leading receiver on your team, too, that makes it even more fun for your quarterback, knowing you got the best of both worlds.
Of the third quarter.
Both these teams closing in on 400 yards of offense through 3 quarters. A big 3rd and 6 coming up to start the 4th quarter. Heading to the 4th quarter, Arkansas by 10. SEC Network Football presented by Allstate. There is Felipe Franks. We've been watching him throw over there. KJ Jefferson also trying to stay loose, but you can tell a few of those throws by Felipe, and you can tell him kind of grimace. He keeps messing with the rib cage. But despite not having him, Arkansas's put up almost 400 yards.
Yeah, and up by 10 in the 4th.
Bazelak's throw is incomplete on a 3rd down and 6. Boy, now Fouché looks like he's hobbling a little bit, and it's 4th and 6, and here comes his punt team, or a field goal team, excuse me. So Mevis out of the hold of Grant McKinnis. A 40-yard attempt on the way. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is even better. So the Tigers wanted, obviously, a touchdown. They'll take the 3. 7-point game, a lot of time. 14:51 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, big drive. You needed points on that particular drive. You head into the 4th quarter. Possessions will be limited. Both teams have ran the ball really well. So any kind of points you got there to cut into that lead was huge.
Obviously, no Georgia Vanderbilt. That was supposed to be our 4 o'clock game, but we do have our SEC Saturday night matchup coming to your way at 7:30 Eastern. South Carolina and Kentucky. Gamecocks won last year, snapping a 5-game losing streak to the Wildcats. Matter of fact, South Carolina looking for their first win in Lexington since 2012. That'll be coming up 7:30 Eastern. The Wildcats and the Gamecocks. Two teams also wrapping up their regular season.
Yeah.
Game for each one of those clubs.
How about that, man? I mean, it just speaks volumes for the SEC and for them maybe to get it all in. And, you know, I know we still got a couple more games here for a couple more teams, but 2 teams right there that will get 10 ball games in this season where we thought we might not even see football.
I know. It is crazy to think that we're close. I don't want to say we're there. We're close.
Yeah.
Fair catch called for. Well, Traylon Smith's had some kind of day today running the football for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He came in with 89 carries, 469 yards on the ground, but he has put up 135 today.
Yeah, he's 185 pounds, but he runs a lot tougher, has speed to kill, and has been really good in replacing Rakeem Boyd. And you mentioned the numbers, and he has a whole nother quarter to kind of pad those stats. But he has been a real bright spot for this Arkansas offense.
A transfer out of Arizona State, sat out last year. Trying to work that left side, nothing doing there on 1st down. Maybe the pile will get him a yard or 2. Loose football, but they'll say he's down. Chad Bailey, the first one there for Missouri. Career high today for Smith on the ground, by the way. His prior high was 118. He had that against Florida. That included an 82-yard touchdown.
Just look how many guys are at the line of scrimmage. Almost 7 guys within that box.
Back shoulder throw. Pass is caught. Are they going to say complete? A hat comes off, so maybe somebody was out of bounds, right? Traylon Burks.
Pass complete to number 16, Traylon Burks.
Maybe he didn't run out of bounds. He put his hat back on.
Put the hat on and moved the chains.
Yeah, he's running this route right down the sideline here.
The ruling on the field is a catch for a first down. That play is under review.
First off, what a great catch. I love the football, love the ball placement. Back shoulder, doesn't lead him upfield. And he absolutely gets that right foot down, but did he step out of bounds at any time?
But, Chuck, was his foot out of bounds before he makes that catch?
And that's the question. Did he step out of bounds before he got back in? Because he cannot be the first one to touch it. I think it's that right foot right there.
Man, it's hard to tell. I mean,
yes.
There's nothing definitive to tell me that his foot's out of bounds, right? So,
yeah. I mean, if there's any question, you got to leave with what's called on the field, and called on the field was a completed pass. You just can't tell. I mean, you see some of the stuff fly up, but it's hard to say.
Indisputable video evidence.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
There you go. Just hard to definitively say that he was out of bounds.
Yeah, just not enough to change your mind there. You heard the call. It says it stands, so just not enough.
Big completion, though. 48-yard line, first down and 10. Jefferson lofts it up in the air. Incomplete. Trying to hit Kern. One other nugget for Arkansas. Hudson Henry unavailable today. Didn't make the trip. One of their tight ends who came in with 16 catches on the year. That's where we're seeing a lot of Blake Kern. Good to have two guys that can play that spot for you as good as Henry and Kern. Four-man rush. Over the middle, pass is caught. Knox to the 30-yard line.
Just a good route on the outside. Does a good job on his release. The defensive back turns and runs, and you get a little zone coverage there. He drops it right in there.
22-yard pickup. A flag comes out as Burks makes another catch. Actually, no flag.
Arkansas is just beating them to the punch right now on these slant routes. Receivers are winning.
That one is dropped. That'll stop the clock at 13:22.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this Arkansas team, and we asked Coach Pittman, when did it flip for this team? When did the confidence start? He said it started at the halftime of the Georgia game where they felt like they belonged, and it was kind of solidified in the Tennessee game where they had to come back.
Big hole off the left side. Touchdown, Arkansas. Traylon Smith. His third rushing touchdown of the day.
How many times have we seen him run the fake toss and it winds back, just getting those defenders to overflow? And just look at that offensive line. Everything is crashed down to that right side. And we say it again, the speed of Smith to get to the edge, along with that offensive line creating a space, has been their #1 run today.
Point after by Reed is up and good. And remember, there's just a hole in that defense for Missouri without Nick Bolton here in the second half. And Arkansas making them pay. A huge day for Smith. 153 yards, 3 touchdowns. The little guy playing very big today. Wild. Yeah, carry the little guy.
No.
Well, when you're having the kind of day that Mr. Smith is, your offensive coordinator is going to help you out, making his job look easy. But the problem is the finish here was not so good by Kendall.
Oh, man, he laid him all the way out. Didn't see that chair behind him. He kind of set him up there for the fall.
40 points on the board today for this Arkansas offense. It came in averaging 25.8, 8th in the conference. And they're taking advantage today here on the road, 40-26. Grant Morgan got injured. For more on that, let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, Davey has a brace on his left knee. Came out of the injury tent. He hopped on the bike and was trying to run, was not moving well at all. That brace now off of his left knee. I think he is probably done for the day. Let me tell you, though, Bumper Poole came over to him and said, hey, you don't have to go. We'll figure it out. I promise. Gave him a hug.
I know Bumper saying all the right things, but when you're missing a dude that's leading the conference in tackles, second in the country, that's a loss.
Yeah.
Hazelton with the catch and makes a couple defenders miss. Big gain down to the 45 of Arkansas.
Exactly what they needed. They kind of sputtered the last couple drives on offense, and you get a chunk play there to get yourself going. Now you got to find yourself in the rhythm. You see they're trying to change the tempo here early in the fourth.
After that 29-yard pickup, left side. Here's Beatty, big hole, still on his feet, inside the 15 to the 10, touchdown! A flag came in right at the end of that play.
I think we got a little face mask.
A 46-yard touchdown run. Tyler Beatty.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play was over, personal foul, face mask. On the defense, number 13. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Explosive here. You see it's similar to what Arkansas was doing, getting on the corner and the offensive line sealed everything down, and then it's all about your playmaker in space, making a couple guys miss and finding his way in the zone. Anytime you get Beatty out there, he's going to be dangerous.
That did not take very long at all. Couple of plays and 75 yards. Yeah, maybe they do need Grant Morgan out there. Tyler Beatty going 46 yards. Cuts the Arkansas lead to 7.
SEC Network Football is presented by Allstate. You've never been in better hands.
40-33, Arkansas's lead is down to 7. But they did trail 10-0 to start this game, and they have had an offensive explosion. But Tyler Beatty just goes 46 yards. A lot of time left. Grant Morgan trying to pick his guys up. Got caught up in a pile of players and looks like he had a lower leg injury. And as Dawn said, appears he might not come back in this one, and that is a tough blow for this Arkansas defense. Well, we got a shootout here. Back in 2017, there was another one that was quite the scoreboard breaker. Arkansas led 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Drew Lock engineered the comeback, though. Would go 25 of 42 for 448, 5 touchdowns, couple of interceptions. Tucker McCann made a 19-yard game-winning field goal with 5 seconds left in that one as Missouri wins it 48-45. They've won 4 straight in this Battle Line Trophy game. It looks like we're heading down the same path
I was just thinking the same thing. The way we're scoring points here, we could easily hit the 48-45 mark.
A lot of offense. Handoff inside. Smith, he'll pick up 7. I'm just watching KJ Jefferson handoff to Smith. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, we had the opener. I mean, we're talking about Felipe Franks and Rakeem Boyd, right?
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah.
And now it's Jefferson to Smith. First down, Arkansas.
They're starting to do it at a pace that Missouri's not used to. They're not used to being pushed around here at the line of scrimmage. They've always been a physical ball club up front, but this Arkansas offensive line has taken over here in the second half.
Did the ball come out of there? Smith took an awkward turn backwards like he might have lost the football.
And that's the one thing Arkansas has not done today. They haven't put the ball in harm's way. KJ Jefferson's done a good job of taking care of the football. Very close there to Missouri getting that football back.
Turnover's a big part of Arkansas. They're 3-0 when they have a positive turnover margin. They're 0-4 when it's even or negative. The ball does spit out here. Right back to the white jersey of Smith.
Yeah, it looked like Trey Williams was the guy who kind of poked it out.
Hammond's on that carry. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5 coming up now for Arkansas.
3rd down is where they've hit tons of slants, especially in the second half. You got man coverage, press man coverage on the outside. Who can win on the outside if you're Arkansas?
Jefferson, nowhere to go. He is stopped right at the 40-yard line. He might have lost a yard. Trey Williams will get credit for the tackle, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Ryan Walters, defensive coordinator from Missouri, said, forget all that. We're going to come after you. Not going to allow you to sit back there. They do a good job of just collapsing as you see Jefferson try to take off.
Musser back to return, calls fair catch at the 17-yard line. 9:53 to go. Missouri with the football, down a touchdown.
ESPN, home of the college football playoff.
College football playoff semifinals on New Year's Day. It'll be here before you know it. Well, we've got one of those classic Battle Line Trophy games going on today here in Columbia, Missouri. Arkansas leading it by a touchdown. Missouri 1st and 10. Larry Roundtree out over the 25 to the 27-yard line.
What an unbelievable play to just get a hand on Larry Roundtree there from Catalan. If not, he is still running.
8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2. They'll fake it to Roundtree. Go up top. Would have been a great catch by Chisholm, just can't hang on as he was twisting and turning.
Here's one thing Arkansas defense has to do. They had to get some pressure on Connor Bazelak. He's been really just poised and confident in that pocket. Hasn't really had a lot of pressure today. So 0 pressures in this ball game from Arkansas up front or even in that front 7 to have him flustered at all.
Illegal snap on the offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That's Michael Maetti, the transfer in from Rutgers. You go back to his Rutgers days, he started 40 straight games at center.
Takes you out of the possible just hand it over to Roundtree on 3rd and 2. Now you're 3rd and 7. It looks like you almost have to pass the football now.
Tyler Beatty checks into the game in a passing situation. Bazelak going up top, has a man caught. Hazelton. First down and a whole lot more.
Separation is where he won. Right at the line of scrimmage is where he won on this route, and then he just runs away from Hudson Clark, who was covering him. But give Hazelton a lot of credit there of winning at the line of scrimmage.
32-yard pickup there, and now they'll go with Beatty off the left side.
Run out of bounds by number 7.
Missouri's offense is kind of looking like Arkansas did in that first half, or towards the second and third quarter, where they had the run game going, the pass game going. Stretch runs are really looking good right now. They have everything at their disposal.
Well, this could be a free play here. Bazelak going to go up top, try to get it all, and it is incomplete inside the 5. Bannister down there. Might as well take that shot. 10 different Missouri Tigers have caught a pass today.
On the defense, number 42. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. The yardage will result in a first down.
And you got to wonder if this is kind of a result of not having tons of fans in the stadium. Bazelak's been able to get them to jump 3 or 4 times a day, and it's because they possibly can hear this snap count. Redshirt freshman here getting them to jump off sides.
Bazelak lofts it up near side, incomplete. Fouché back in coverage on Beatty.
Yeah, Fouché kind of pushed him to the sideline here. Gets that right arm up. Was there a little contact? A little soon, maybe. They finally get some pressure on Bazelak there. Jonathan Marshall drives him into the ground.
Roundtree's back in the game at tailback. Bazelak. Pass is caught. They're going to say a reception inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. What a grab by Kiki Chisholm.
Between Hazelton and Chisholm, 6'3", 6'4", and look at the ball placement. Outside and away, and look at him dragging those feet, making sure you keep them in bounds. Just a really good throw.
Roundtree tripped up there.
Man, I love this catch, though. But look at all the room he leaves his quarterback to throw this football. A lot of guys get pushed to that sideline. He left the quarterback 2-3 yards on the outside to drop that football on that outside shoulder. That is a well done. Nice job on the route and nice job on the throw.
Bazelak up to 316 yards passing. A lot of big plays today, a lot of points on the scoreboard. Missouri trying to add some more, and they will do it with Larry Roundtree. They're an extra point from tying this one up.
If you love offensive football, this has been the game for you. The creativity on both sides from both these play callers has been something fun to watch here. Watch you fake the motion that comes around, and then here comes Roundtree underneath with 2 linemen out in front, and he just walks into the end zone. There's so much going on pre-snap. I've talked about it all game. It's just tough to be there if you're a defensive player with so much stuff in your eye.
Point after is up and good, and we are tied. We've had 1,000 yards of offense, 80 points on the scoreboard. And we still got plenty of time left. 7:46. Larry Roundtree with the touchdown run to tie it up. Having some fun in Como today. Larry Roundtree having another exceptional game. 26 carries, $139, and 3 touchdowns. He has tied this up at 40 with 7:46 to play from Faurot Field here in Columbia, Missouri. So Arkansas will have it at the 25, but KJ Jefferson got the late call to start this one today, and here's what it's looked like.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's taking care of the football. He's made some big plays outside the pocket with his legs, and he's been efficient. Haven't turned the football over, and you see him letting the football go. This has already been a high explosive offense throughout the year with Felipe Franks. He has came in and played the exact same way, and there's been no letdown. There's been no reason why this guy can't get it done.
Pass is caught by Burks. Burks has had some kind of day catching the football. That's his 8th grab of the afternoon. Closing in on 200 yards.
The way they use him, Dave, it's been remarkable.
TJ Hammond's on that carry.
You remember, we lost both linebackers in this ball game. Nick Bolton left the game early with a targeting call. Also lost Grant Morgan from Arkansas with an injury. So both teams losing leadership on their defensive side of the ball.
Jefferson dropped back at the 30-yard line.
Trajan Jeffco finally getting home, and this is the one time I thought KJ Jefferson held onto the football a second too long. He knew it was time to get out of there. 2-3 hitches. You got to either let that football go or go create with your legs. Now you got a 3rd and 14. His defense is amped up, and now they know it's passing down. They got to.
Jefferson over the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit Mike Woods. Burdine back there in coverage. And Missouri flying around, and they're forcing a 4th and 14 punting situation.
Yeah, got pressure on them again. Knew it was a passing down. Pinned their ears back and came after KJ Jefferson. Actually got the football off, had a chance at it. But a big-time stop for this Missouri defense, giving the football back to their offense.
Bowers' punt will hit and take a favorable Arkansas bounce. It'll be down to around the 20-yard line. Don't forget, SEC football final coming your way tonight at 10:30 Eastern time. Dari and his best friends in the whole wide world, Chris, Gene, Roman, they'll break it down for you. A busy day of SEC games. Of course, unfortunately, we couldn't get the Georgia Vanderbilt game in today, but South Carolina, Kentucky coming up at 7:30, our SEC Saturday night game, and SEC football final will follow.
See if the boy's gonna be here tonight. Chiz had to hold it down for himself last week. Did a great job.
Roundtree, big hole, coming near side. He's to midfield. It's a foot race down the sidelines, and Fouché finally chases him down. But another large gain for Larry Roundtree.
So Arkansas defense just not had an answer for this cutback run here. They caved down that right side, and then the speed of Larry Roundtree once he gets outside in the perimeter, and he has been so explosive today. Give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Missouri going quickly. Pass is caught by Kiki Chisholm. Roundtree picks up 46 more yards on that prior carry. Beatty runs right into Hudson Clark.
And you can see the answer there for Barry Odom, the defensive coordinator for Arkansas. Missouri's ran so many cutback runs where it comes back to that left side. He brings the corner blitz off that side to kind of be an extra guy in that box to help. And you see Nick Bolton there trying to urge his guys on here late in this ball game.
Beatty, big hole, left side, touchdown.
Beatty's going to get all the credit, and rightfully so. He used that speed to get to the corner, but this offensive line had a hat on a hat and did a good job of getting to the second level, and nobody touched Bailey as he walks into the end zone. Just a pretty impressive drive from that offensive line. They were the catalyst for getting them more points there.
Missouri takes a 47-40 lead. 25-yard touchdown run for Tyler Beatty. His second rushing touchdown on just 4 carries today, and he has 78 yards on the ground.
Receivers blocking, offensive lineman up on that second level, and then you got the speed of Beatty. Once he gets out there, it's almost unfair. Just look at it from this angle here. That's just really good up front by that offensive line. They're going to be excited when they watch this film and see what happens.
Nick Bolton doing the best he can without pads on. Enjoying what he's seeing from this Missouri offense. Let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, the energy on this Mizzou sideline. Wow, Nick Bolton right up in the middle of it. Guess what else he's doing, guys? He's coaching. He is an extra coach for Mizzou. He is up in that defense. He's talking to his guys. He's going through adjustments. I mean, it looks like he's a coach. He was not out here in the third quarter, came back in the fourth quarter, and certainly serving a purpose. You know, the big thing with him is his preparation. He is a guy that spends hours and hours in the film room. He's sharing that with his team, even though he can't be on the field here this half.
Well, he's going to try to pull his defense through on this one. And this is why Nick Bolton is in street clothes. This was a hit late in the first half that was ruled targeting. I think there was maybe just a minute 50, somewhere right around 2 minutes when that play occurred. And this is what it looks like for Nick Bolton in the second half.
Can't tell him it don't mean nothing to him, huh?
KJ Jefferson. Incomplete. Trying to hit Mike Woods. The freshman Breakstraw back there in coverage.
Breakstraw on the coverage for the Tigers. 2nd and 10 at the 25.
No need to panic if you're KJ Jefferson or this Arkansas offense. You've been really good in the second half of moving the football. You have to continue to do that and take care of it.
That one almost picked off, trying to force it inside a couple of Missouri defenders. Jamal Brooks was back there, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
I know if Arkansas had some success throwing the football, but in the second half, it's been all Traylon Smith. I thought he would at least be able to get a touch in the run game on those 2 plays, but now you're forcing yourself and forcing your hand to throw the football.
Jefferson on the run. Burks with the catch. That's a 1st down, Arkansas.
Get your quarterback on the perimeter. I love the play call. Give him the run pass option, but what a good route here by Burks on the corner route. Straightens him out and then flattens it out to get a big time conversion on 3rd down.
Trey Williams, the injured Missouri Tiger, the fifth-year senior defensive end. Don't forget, we've got some more football coming your way. 7:30 Eastern tonight. South Carolina taking on Kentucky, our SEC Saturday night matchup. Gamecocks and the Wildcats. Been a struggle for both those teams. Somebody trying to end the regular season on a positive note. That'll be coming your way 7:30 Eastern time. And don't forget, also a special treat today because the Georgia-Vanderbilt football game was postponed. And Arkansas Razorback fans will have a chance to see their Hogs in action. 5 o'clock Eastern against Lipscomb. The Missouri Tigers busted onto the SEC scene with a couple of East Division championships. Made it to the Georgia Dome for those championship games. Trying to get their way back under the direction of their first-year head coach, Eli Drinkwitz. They have had a nice run here in his first campaign. And I mean, your first season, you like to have a couple of gimmies right in the schedule, but not this year. Not with 10 conference games.
No, you got to be ready to bring it every single week.
Jefferson throws. Pass is caught by Burks. Bledsoe was there in a hurry. Burks is having,
watch it.
How about 202 yards catching for Burks?
Yeah, he's been his go-to guy. They found ways to get him the football out the backfield, on motions, by formation. He's been the guy for him. But you got to be aware now, Missouri's playing a little bit more tighter coverage. They're kind of sitting on a lot of these routes. Won't be surprised you see a double move somewhere here soon.
Smith inside handoff, and he gets to the line to gain, but dropped the football. That's the second time Smith has put it on the turf. He was able to recover the first one. And one of his teammates looks like he's coming out of that pile with the football, but they do lose the first down yardage.
Traylon Smith has played a well of a ball game, but he has fumbled 2 times here in the second half. And lucky enough for him, some of his guys kind of bailed him out there and got that football back. It was on the ground for a minute.
3rd down and a yard. Hammond's first down and a whole lot more. He's to the 40-yard line of Missouri.
What a patient run for a guy who's played receiver for much of this year. Wasn't really there at first and did a good job of finding the hole to pick up that conversion.
Pass is caught down to the 32-yard line. Mike Woods with that reception.
Everything is still there for Arkansas. You got 3 timeouts. Don't feel like you're rushed.
Hammond's trying to get the edge. He gets popped out of bounds. Martez Manuel with his 11th tackle.
One guy who's been quiet in his ball game is Mike Woods. He's got 1 catch in his ball game for 9 yards. He's down at the bottom of your screen here. He's been getting a lot of man coverage. See if they try to give him a chance.
Pass is caught down to the 16-yard line. That one's Tyson Morris on the receiving end. 1:40 to go. Clock continues to move. On 2nd down, not much happening, maybe a half a yard. They did not get the first down. So it'll be 3rd down, and let's call it a yard.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if this ball's not in the hands of your 230-pound quarterback on 3rd and 1. But it looks like might be Jeffcoat who's down.
That is Trajan Jeffcoat, redshirt sophomore, leads this team in sacks, had one today. He made the tackle and just maybe just fell awkwardly. This has been something else today, DJ. I mean, we didn't know what to expect, really. I mean, there were so many storylines. Barry Odom coming back to Missouri. And then right before kickoff, we found out that Felipe Franks couldn't play quarterback. What was that going to mean? Well, it hadn't slowed down this offense at all. This has been an amazing game. A lot of fun today. Yeah, and give KJ Jefferson a lot of credit for stepping into this moment and making his presence known and saying, hey, I can handle the responsibility when we don't have our leader. And he's played well and has a chance here to tie it up for his ball club and be one of maybe a hero here going down the stretch. I don't think you can really minimize the effects of not having Nick Bolton at linebacker for Missouri or Grant Morgan at linebacker for Arkansas. Those are two big holes to try to plug, and there just aren't many guys around that are tackle machines like those two dudes, and both of them have been out. Grant Morgan for an injury and, of course, Nick Bolton for targeting. Yeah, both guys played a lot of football, very smart, high IQ guys, and are just always around the football, get guys lined up. So those are key components to your defense for sure. But this Missouri defense has to find a way to get a stop here. Jefferson to the end zone. Arkansas wants a flag. There isn't one. It's incomplete. Bledsoe on the coverage, and now it's 4th and 1. Well, you go to your number one player in this ball game, which has been Traylon Burks, and you see both guys fighting with each other. You see their feet get tangled up a little bit. And I think towards the end of the ball game, referees kind of tend on the side of letting it play out. Oh, here you go. 4th and 1, right? I mean, KJ Jefferson is not under center a lot, so that tells you something. They'll try a handoff. Give it to Burks. He's reaching. Ooh. That is right. That is touching the yellow line. The bottom referee, his spot looks like to be a little short. Now, the top judge looked like he had it going for a first down. But they're going with the bottom line judge with his spot. Burks tried to reach out for it. They ran this play early with the option and was really successful. But you see all the black hats going to the football right here as he reaches out here. Well, he clearly got across on the stretch, and he is not down. That ball, the football actually hits. That is oh so close, but enough. Oh. Goodness, it was that last initial stretch by Burks that got him the first down. I mean, if Burks is 6'1", he probably doesn't get that. He's lucky enough he's 6'3", and he's able to reach that football out and get it. 57 seconds to go. 1st down and 10. Look at the number of first downs. Crazy. 66 combined. Jefferson standing in the pocket, going toward the end zone. Passes caught. Touchdown, Arkansas. Mike Woods. Just knew it was only a matter of time before you found Mike Woods to get him the football. He's been really quiet. They haven't really tried to get him the football, but this was a design play to get him the football on a little wheel route, and nobody accounted for him. And Jefferson laid it to him for the big touchdown. Arkansas has had some point after issues today, so they're going to go for 2, it appears. Going to go ahead and try to win this thing right here. On the road, no reason to take a tie. They say, let's go for it. Play clock. Boy, Arkansas just did get a timeout.
That is their first charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
You bring Woods across in motion, and nobody bounces out with him. And you see they try to get Rakestraw on the outside. He has to fight through a lot of traffic to get there. And you just love the design of the play again. We've talked about it all game. Both these guys have drawn up plays that have been winning today and been very creative in their play calls. And you bring out one of your best play calls and playmakers to attempt to try to tie this ball game up or even go win it.
Woods was coming off back-to-back games with 100 yards receiving. Just 2 catches today, 23 yards, but as of right now, the catch of the day.
Burks has been his guy today.
Well, you've drawn up some great plays today. Do you have one more in your back pocket?
Oh, I guarantee you. He has probably about 4 or 5 two-point plays on that play script, and see what happens. And here's Burks down at the bottom of your screen. Him and Woods on the same side.
But K.J. Jefferson woke up this morning, didn't even know if he was going to be the starting quarterback or even play. And here he is trying to win one here. 2-point conversion coming up here. Jefferson, pocket collapses, trying to buy some time. Back in the end zone. Caught! Mike Woods! Arkansas leads it by a point.
Wow. Had the interception in his hands and cannot come down with the football, and Mike Woods is there for the carom. Oh, wow. Unbelievable here. The initial play wasn't there. And you see KJ trying to buy time, talking to his receiver, trying to get him to come across. Oh, man, and Jamal Brooks has the football in his hands.
Unbelievable.
And
I had to see that twice to make sure. That's crazy. He had it. That's picked
wow.
off.
And Mike Woods is there for the carom. And Arkansas, of course, goes wow. Coach Pittman's like, yeah, that's just how we drew it up. Felipe in the ribs feeling good after that one.
He had taken 95% of the snaps this year for Arkansas on offense. Hasn't taken a single snap today as he turned it over to K.J. Jefferson. Wow. Now look, there are a couple of timeouts left for Arkansas, 3 timeouts for Missouri. 43 seconds to go in this one.
Yeah, not plenty of time, but you got 3 timeouts. The clock will stop on first downs. Depends on what kind of drive you get here. I mean, what kind of start you get to the drive is critical.
Touchback.
So that'll come out to the 25-yard line. Eli Drinkwitz telling us that he feels good from 52 with his kicker.
Well, partner.
Nevis has already hit from 52 this year against LSU and hit from 51 earlier today.
Sam Pittman said he wanted to renew this rivalry, and what's better than going for 2, trying to go for the win, and it comes down to the last 43 seconds of the ball game.
Bazelak. Pass is caught right around the 39-yard line. Hazelton with another catch. That's 4 of those today.
Exactly what you need on the first down play. To get the drive started, you need a positive play, and you get a chunk yardage play at that.
Well, Arkansas looked like they jumped off sides. There is a flag down. That's incomplete. Julius Coates has been pushing the envelope on that edge most of the afternoon.
On the defense, number 13. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
An opportunistic defense all year long. Versus LSU, this defense had to be on the field for 94 plays. Missouri has ran 82 already today.
Three-man rush on Bazelak. He'll slide to his right, throw over the middle. Pass is caught inside the 40. That one goes to Bannister. 26 seconds left.
Timeout, Missouri. That is their first charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Arkansas went to play coverage there. When you rush 3 and drop 8, sometimes you don't get to the quarterback, and Bazelak was able just to climb in the pocket right there and find a soft zone in that, find a void in that zone. And you see they're rushing 3 and nothing's there, climbs up in the pocket and finds Bannister, who's been a key guy for him all year long, been his kind of safety valve.
Bazelak's having another outstanding day. 358 yards passing on 30 completions. Of course, his career high was 406 through the air and 4 touchdowns against LSU. Look at the numbers. Just a crazy day of offense here at Faurot Field. Late pressure from Arkansas. Pass is caught. First down inside the 30. Close to the 25 is Hazleton, and they are in field goal range now.
Yeah, Dave, you talk about the late pressure. You try to bring the safety, but you also had off coverage on the outside. It's a simple comeback route on the outside, and the pressure's not able to get home soon enough.
Handoff coming to Beatty. Looks like he might have lost a yard or two. Bumper Pool making the tackle.
Yeah, penetration started that play. Forced Beatty to bounce that football sooner than he wanted to. Give Marshall up front a little credit for pushing that play out some more and forcing Beatty out.
Second and 11. Bazelak steps up in the pocket, throws back over the middle. Pass is caught by Bannister. Looks like he's going to be a little bit shy of the first down line.
Timeout, Missouri. That is their second charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Do you think about kicking it here on third down, 3rd and 1 with 13 seconds, just in case something happens, you get it back?
Yeah, I've seen crazier things, but you're right. If you kick it and you block it and you land on it, you get a chance to kick it again on 4th down.
Mevis, 51-yarder, 29-yarder, a 37-yarder, a 40-yarder. He has been on point this afternoon.
How about the poise of Bazelak on this drive? I mean, he had 43 seconds to try to get his team in field goal range and moves in the pocket, finds some guys in the zone, and just does a really good job of giving his team a chance here at the end of the ball game. And you see that guy will not be happy if it doesn't go his way, as KJ Jefferson has played some of his best football with 3 touchdowns on the day.
Missouri will run one more play. Off the right side with Beatty, and they will pick up the first down, but 9 seconds to go now. And Harrison Mevis waiting for his opportunity to step onto this field. The true freshman out of Warsaw, Indiana, came in as the #2 ranked kicker coming out of high school.
Timeout, Missouri. That is their final charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
He is 15 out of 18 on the year. They call him a little mini Janikowski after Sebastian Janikowski, who kicked at Florida State and in the NFL with the Raiders for so long, who was a little, let's just say, a little portly. But also, Janikowski had a booming leg, and so does Mevis. Won't need the booming leg here, just needs to be accurate.
true freshman has a chance to win the ball game for his team.
You just wonder what's going through his mind right now. What a day of offense, and it's coming down to the kicking game. And just moments ago, the jubilation on the Arkansas sideline after the deflected pass in the end zone on a two-point conversion that fell into the hands of Mike Woods. They were thinking they had this one, but then Connor Bazelak says, not so fast. And he marches them down the field in a 32-yard attempt to win this one right here. Could it be a walk-off kick and a walk-off win for Missouri? They'll have to wait a moment to find out.
You gotta wonder who's some of your guys who's had some hops about them, who can probably jump up and try to block this thing. You see a lot of teams put receivers or defensive backs who have some good elevation to try to go up and block this.
So Missouri trying to win it for the 5th time this season. And another timeout, the final one taken by Arkansas. Boy, one thing to say about Sam Pittman's team is they have brought some energy and passion to the field here in 2020. After back-to-back 2-10 seasons, regardless of the outcome here, you can tell this is a team that has a different mindset on Saturdays.
Yeah, just give them even more credit for this ball game in particular, how they've, been down a few of their star players in this ball game and still been able to compete, and here with 3 seconds to go.
And Eli Drinkwitz trying to win this walk-off right here. Either 3rd win in a row and 5th in their last 6 tries if they can get this one home. Clean snap, kick on the way. It is perfect. And the Missouri Tigers have done it in walk-off fashion. 50-48 in a thriller in Como.
What a ball game. Missouri will get the win, but Arkansas should not hang their hat. This was a well of a ball game from both teams. I think the battle line rivalry has started again, Dave.
Bazelak marches him down the field all the way to the 15-yard line. He finished with 380 yards passing. KJ Jefferson gets the start at quarterback in a surprise start. Throws for 274 and 3 touchdowns and no picks. But Mevis knocks home the game winner as the Tigers have now won 5 of their last 6.
Never any doubt.
Grant McInnes with the good hold. And now Missouri has won 5 straight over Arkansas. And that trophy that's 4 feet tall, weighs about 180 pounds, will stay right here in Columbia. Tough loss to swallow here for this Arkansas team, but certainly a joyous day at Faurot Field for the Tigers. What a game. I mean, you start thinking about the offense. 1,200 yards of offense. 98 points on the board. Smith had 172 yards on the ground for Arkansas. Roundtree went for 185. And Grant Morgan did not get to finish this one.
Both teams 6 for 6 in the red zone. Efficiency at its finest in this ball game from both offenses, and defensive coaches won't be as excited to watch this film, but a little bit better if you're Missouri.
Arkansas, tough loss. They'll go to 3-6. They will have now lost to Florida, LSU, and Missouri in 3 consecutive games. The 11,700 that were allowed into the stadium for this one, I don't know if they paid or not, but they definitely got their money's worth.
Total 70 tackles. That means $700 will be donated to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
So for Missouri, they'll suit up against Georgia next week. They'll have to go the first half with, or excuse me, they will have Nick Bolton back in the first half. He missed the second half of this game. Meanwhile, you hope Grant Morgan will be able to get healthy enough as Arkansas has a chance to play Alabama next week.
And what you fuel, discount grow with every point they score in Hy-Vee. Some restrictions apply. See your Columbia Hy-Vee store for details. Mizzou Athletics would like to thank you for attending the game today, for your support of Mizzou football. Remember to tune in for a recap of the game on the Socket postgame show on KCMQ 96.7, KTGR AM 1580, KTGR FM.
Just enjoying the celebration down on Faurot Field as Missouri wins it 50-48 over the Arkansas Razorbacks. What a game today. So for DJ Shockley and Dawn Davenport, I'm Dave Neal. Let's get you to the studio.
Out of Faurot Field today.